A deep dive into Mortal Kombat, which dropped on Friday.
Falcon and Winter Soldier finale.
And Oscar Roundup.
Welcome back to the Weekly Cut. Before I come into hosts, we all know we are by now, but I will do it. Just wait.
Okay.
This is a good ep. I've tried to tone it down. I'm well excited. We've got, as we've just said, Falcon and Winter Soldier, Mortal Kombat, Oscars, which there is controversy and we'll get to.
Yeah.
Some good news in here, but to guide us through it, let's just go in any sort of... We've touched on the old... what's the inspirational quotes? Just if you want it.
Oh, yeah.
It's Connor and Craig and Brad.
Hello.
I tried to buy you time to think of a quote, so did you get it?
Not enough time.
Oh, for God's sake.
Not enough
I
time.
rambled.
Yeah, I ain't got one. Oh, I done it last week, so Craig, come on.
Be lucky.
Good quote.
That's
a good one.
Right. So, yeah, as I said, we've got obviously a shit ton of news, but let's start off with Marvel. Craig, hit us up with it.
Okay, firstly, I'm quite pleased we didn't actually screw up the beginning. We managed to get through it.
Oh, we
once.
didn't. I didn't think of that. Yeah,
We got through it.
We have one each, don't we?
Yeah, we do. Straight in this time. Well played, everyone. So not much news this week, but Marvel will start off with Emilia Clarke has joined the cast of the Secret Invasion series on Disney Plus.
Huge.
It was met with some disdain. I'll use that word. Because people people don't really like her that much. She seems to be on the socials.
That is weird. I like her.
I think people had quite a lot of problems with her in that, and then she went in that Terminator film, which was awful. But yeah, I'm quite pleased. I'm pleased she's joined them.
Yeah, it's a big name. So
Massive name. Especially following the back of Olivia Colman last week, so that's two queens.
Yeah.
And obviously you've got Samuel Jackson
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah. So that's a pretty solid cast. I don't know the young lad. I can't remember his name now, but obviously, as you just said, you got Ben Mendelsohn. I can't pronounce his second name. And then you got those two, Olivia Colman, Samuel Jackson, Emilia Clarke. That is a strong four. Yeah. And obviously, I assume more casting to come, but I'm more and more looking forward to that one as it goes on.
Yeah, I'm not sure why people would be disappointed. She's fine. Emilia Clarke, I like her. She's good in Game of Thrones. Well, fantastic in Game of Thrones.
I preferred her in the first series.
Oh, yeah.
So she signed that fucking contract. How dare you?
Question more to you, Craig.
Okay.
Which one's going to be the Skrull Queen?
I think it's Olivia Colman.
I think so.
And I think Emilia Clarke's going to be like just a scroll person.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
It's without question one of those. Yeah. And Olivia Colman's more can be sinister and stuff. So I think Craig's right. Yeah. But one of them is.
Yeah. It's Olivia Colman's chance to win me back over.
If you don't know what we're talking about, listen to last week, because Con does not like it.
That's top of Olivia Colman's to-do list to win back you, Connor.
Yeah.
On to another Disney Plus series. Hawkeye has finished filming. Jeremy Renner posted on Instagram, say last day, thanking all the cast and crew. That's sort of a by-the-by series for me.
Yeah.
Sort of whatever.
Might enjoy it when it comes around, but for now... There's bigger fish to fry.
Well, I think now, because obviously WandaVision was the first one, everyone was like, oh, this is going to be interesting. What's going to go on here? It was okay. Falcon Winter Soldier we'll get onto later. That bit of hype around that. Loki's getting a bit more hype now. I think we've all been excited for that anyway. And then it sort of goes down in tone, I think, with just a Hawkeye series.
Yeah.
It's very much like the Black Widow film.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's like two characters you don't really care about.
Connor, you've never really expressed much interest in Hawkeye, have you?
Not one bit.
I don't think anyone has. Who has clamoured for this?
Connor's, I've always sensed a harsh tone when it comes to Hawkeye and Black Widow, in fairness.
Well, I'll tell you, the pinnacle was his acting in Endgame. You swing your hand. I was like, that's enough, Jeremy.
That was a good moment.
Yeah, oh, God. Fair play. No, it's good.
You watch this be the best one as well.
Probably, yeah.
No doubt.
Obviously, you got Hayley Steinfeld in that as Kate Bishop, the new Hawkeye. So, again, it's another one. Off the back of that, can't remember his name now, but the guy who's playing Elijah Bradley in Falcon and Winter Soldier said, obviously, there's more to come from him, as we spoke about before. He's Patriot, one of the Young Avengers. So, looks like that's what we're going ahead with. And obviously, Kate Bishop in that series. So, we'll see. That's coming out this year as well. So,
I didn't even know that.
No, I think.
I didn't even know
it
that.
does.
Yeah, fair play.
There's like 3 more shows coming this year and 3 films. No, there's 4 more shows coming this year. Loki, Hawkeye, Ms. Marvel, What If. What If series are coming this year. So, and then you got the 3 films as well. So there's quite a lot still more to come. But anyway, moving on from that, we mentioned a while ago, Russell Crowe has joined the cast of Thor: Love and Thunder, 4-4. And this week, in what I originally thought was a joke on these. He was on a podcast or radio interview or something, wasn't
Joy 94.9 in Australia.
Yeah.
Because he's New Zealand. He's from New Zealand,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, but I think it was Australian, as you say, radio.
he? Yeah, it was some sort of radio show. And basically, he's confirmed that he's playing Zeus. Now, I didn't really know. I think we said in our chat that there is an Avenger and a character in Marvel called Hercules, who is a god, Hercules, like the real. I say real.
He is real.
But obviously, yeah, if it makes sense if there's Hercules in there, Zeus would be a god in it as well. And then we found comics and that, and he is a wench man, a tank of a man. This Zeus in the comics. So, and funny enough, my mum actually said to me she watched a new Sky film the other day called Unhinged, I think it is, with Russell Crowe on.
When
it's a
he's
new one.
big boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She went, he is huge in that. So maybe that's what he's going to be, a big, huge man. But
Do you know what that is, that film?
no, I have no idea.
Go on.
It's road rage. It goes really. He plays someone that gets road rage on like a woman, I think.
Oh.
And he like just wants to kill her.
Oh.
That's literally the film. Hence Unhinged. But he's a big geezer with this big blue polo. He's massive, mate.
I mean, he has had a moment, and I can't remember what film it was on, where he did go absolutely mental at someone. Russell Crowe. I can't remember what it was.
Les Miserables.
Probably, yeah.
But yeah, big boy.
But yeah, so he's joined Zeus. It'll be quite cool. Another god in the universe. A lot of lightning being chucked around between him and Thor, isn't there? It's going to be, and Lady Thor as well. So it's going to be, some interesting stuff. It makes sense. Someone brought it up. I didn't really think of it. Obviously, Christian Bale is Gore the God Butcher, so he's obviously going to be going after all the gods. I suppose. So yeah, could be.
I think that's
cool.
really cool.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I didn't really have an idea who was going to play.
No, I didn't. Yeah,
think-
because
I can't-
we already sussed out it wasn't going to be part of the play.
Yeah.
because he wasn't around when Melissa McCarthy and all that. So
Yeah.
this is really cool. I don't know if we're going to get. I want to see like Hercules. I want to see Ares, the Marvel version of that.
Ares is a very big character in the comics
huge.
as well. And
So I mean, I'd love to see that. I don't know if, how long down the line we're going
this
to
is
get.
your wheelhouse, isn't it?
Yeah,
You
so
like- you love this
anything
stuff.
mythology and Greek more so than Norse is. I know I love Thor, but Greek's my wheelhouse.
Greek's the more famous one if
All
you're
day
going to do
long.
it. So, but yeah, cool casting. And then off the back of Falcon and Winter Soldier, which we'll talk about a bit more later, Captain America 4 has been announced as in the works. I didn't see that coming.
Not this quick, bloody hell!
I guess they was waiting to the end of the series to go, yeah, here it is. And it's by the writers of Falcon and Winter Soldier as well. They're already signed on to do it. So, obviously going to be progressing with Anthony Mackie. I imagine by the time this comes out on Wednesday, this is, everyone's seen him in the new suit, which we'll chat about later. So, are you two willing to see him in a film?
Absolutely. I'm all for this.
If it gives us a bit more, because there's so much potential with that character.
Yeah.
Because he should be able to be. Don't get me wrong, Captain America's Steve Rogers is a better character, just is for me, and I probably think for all of us.
Yeah.
But Falcon Samuels is really cool. But he should theoretically be able to do. You should be able to do more with him because he is a flying
Well, he can fly
Falcon
back,
with a
can't
cap. So if you give me a film like Winter Soldier type film with all that action, then I'm all for it. And because even officially, I just saw before we come in here, the Twitter account is changed.
Oh, has it?
To Sam Wilson. Andy Mackie from
right,
Chris Evans. So it's full on shield past torch.
Yeah.
Done.
Brilliant.
It's nice. Did you notice that? It passed me by, and I've watched it twice, the finale. I didn't notice it either time. But you know where it comes up in the block letters, the Falcon and Winter Soldier?
Captain America.
I didn't notice at the end. Did you notice it?
Well,
when
it's
it ends,
Captain
it says
America.
Captain America and the Winter
I
Soldier.
didn't notice that at all, no.
No, see? two times I watched it, I didn't notice it. Like, it normally come back in the white blocky routing, the Falcon and Winter Soldier. It comes up at the end, Captain America and the Winter Soldier. I didn't even notice. Well played. Anyway, we'll talk about it a bit later. That's all I've got from other news. That's all. No, I do not.
Oh.
Disney Netflix deal. A new deal has gone through. So all of Sony's back library will be going on to Disney Plus, which means Spider-Man, all of the Spider-Mans. So Tobey Maguire's and Andrew Garfield. Convenient timing. Very convenient timing. Is all going on to Disney Plus. As well as Into the Spider-Verse. And then anything. So basically, the other deal that was signed with Netflix and Sony was that they will get the initial run of films after it goes to the cinema. So I think it's rumoured around about 18 months. So, for example, Spider-Man No Way Home will go to Netflix afterwards for 18 months, and then after that will come to Disney Plus, and that's where it will stay. But what's quite interesting is they will have all of Sony's back catalogue. So Venom will be going on there, and I think that's about it, really. But all the rest of Sony films is going on there. They didn't mention Bond though, which I was quite
Yeah, I didn't see that. I saw like Jumanji and stuff.
Yeah,
but didn't
Jumanji,
see,
yeah.
Didn't see Bond.
Keep it off there.
But that is, as we said before when we spoke about the big Netflix deal,
Yeah.
this needed to happen because it was a little bit embarrassing, I thought, for
Yes.
Marvel and Disney to not have Spider-Man at least.
Yeah. Well, now they've got all of them, including
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
But it's very convenient timing that leading up to, because they haven't said when they'll be going on the old stuff, but I think they just said sometime soon. I reckon they will be on before this new Spider-Man film comes out.
Yeah, to hype you up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once that trailer drops and shows the free Spider-Man or just the logos, they're going to push you Disney Plus. Go on, go watch.
Yeah.
Tobey Maguire's Andrew Garfield stuff. Go watch it.
Soft draw.
So that's that is it this time. Yeah, that's all I've got.
Lovely. Go on, over to you,
On
Biggle.
to me. So our socials weekly cut on Twitter and Insta, we posted the set photos of Sonic 2, which showed Knuckles, which looked very cool.
Yeah.
He looked very cool.
Yeah.
Obviously, all the characters as well, sort of running in the street, someone's kicking off.
Yeah.
We've got the little statue figurines of Sonic and Knuckles.
And Tails.
And Tails.
And Tails, yeah.
Now, we put ages ago that it was rumoured that Jason Momoa's doing the voice for Knuckles, but still no confirmation. I think that'd be good.
Yeah.
That would be
You need like a deeper voice to go for it. But
And you know the sort of like Knuckles persona that not playing by the rules, just chill out, like just hard. That's just Jason Momoa, so that would really work.
it did surprisingly well on the socials. People liked it. There was a lot of comments.
Yeah.
People asking for Shadow. Do you know who that is?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Black and red
Looks
sort
really
of Sonic,
cool, yeah.
evil Sonic, I suppose. Would be cool. I'm looking to see it. I liked the first one. I thought it was fun.
really liked the
I
first one.
still haven't watched it.
Just go watch. Just go.
Yeah,
It's an
I've got to
easy
watch it.
hour and a half
You and
watch.
Holly will have a great time. I promise you. It's so easy. It's
You managed
so-
to spend an hour and 45 minutes watching Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, I
you
did.
can watch this.
Cannot wait to hear Holly.
Speaking of Netflix, just before they released their fourth quarter releases, which included The Witcher, Cobra Kai, Red Notice, which I'm looking forward to, and You, season 3, I think it is now. But along with that, they also released a whole list of their upcoming releases, just generally on Netflix. I won't go through them all because it's massive.
Oh, was that massive picture we? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So check out our socials at Weekly Cut. It's on both. But there is a big old list. Some of them, just reading it, Stranger Things, obviously. Terminator's on there.
I think that's that. Yeah, anime series. Yeah.
Army of Thieves.
Oh, all the Zack Snyder Army universe.
Yeah. Skull Island.
Oh,
That's
anime.
another
again.
anime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pacific Rim, The Black.
Another anime.
Godzilla, Singular Point. So there's
Gonna
a
guess
lot
anime.
of anime, but yeah, there's a whole load of them. Jupiter's Legacy, obviously. Assassin's Creed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gonna be releasing.
Shadow and Bone just dropped, which I
Yeah.
think was on. It's massive.
Do you want to talk about Shadow and Bone quick?
Yeah,
Yeah.
can do.
I haven't watched any of it, so
Yeah,
on you.
obviously, again, we're going to push the social at Weekly Cut, Instagram and Twitter, also on YouTube. But yeah, we put up a review, and was probably the best person. Not best person, sorry. I was probably going to be the person to watch this first because it's fantasy.
Yeah.
So let's just face it, all right? I love it. I love it. So it's very fantasy driven, which it should be because it's based off novels in that world. But it's such, I can't emphasize. I gave it an 8, which I would class as a great series, 8 out of 10 or 4 out of 5 star. It was from everything, as I said in the review, from the performances was sort of unknowns, other than Ben Barnes, who we know from Billy Russo in Punisher. And Chronicles of Narnia. But Prince Caspian, I think it was called. But yeah, so it was just absolutely outstanding performances. The visuals, which was always going to be hard, because when I sort of saw what it was about these members of Grisha, which is basically Airbender, you know how they manipulate fire and water and air and all stuff like that.
Yeah.
Different powers. And it was just, I was hooked. I seshed it all in about 16 hours. I seshed it all, 8 episodes as well.
That's what you know is good.
Yeah, I couldn't stop, and it seems to have picked up a lot of hype online, so it's done very well, and there'll be more.
It's number 1 in the UK at the moment on
is it?
on the Netflix
It managed
playlist.
to do it for 48 hours, which is unusual.
Yeah.
To keep number 1 for two
didn't
old
know
days. Yeah.
But yeah, it's a
That was just because of you, though.
thoroughly I won't go too much into it. Thoroughly recommended watch, especially if you like fantasy type programs, and it's an adult one as well, so as people get sliced up.
Any boob?
No boob action. Sorry,
Not interested.
there is a I won't actually say that, but I'll tell you off it.
Oh dear.
So it's got the Brad stamp.
Yeah, Brad Stamp. Yeah.
Speaking of other streaming services, HBO Max, their quarterly figures have come out. They've gained 2.7 million subs in Q1 of 2021.
Craig's probably going to be the best to
This is
speak about this one.
It's not good.
It doesn't sound good. No.
I'll tell you for why. So, obviously, it only released HBO Max. I think come out November. I think last year, around about that time. So from November till March, end of March, HBO Max had just under 42 million, which is the initial sign up, and carried on for these 4 months. To get Snyder Cut and Godzilla vs Kong, and now Mortal Kombat. So to gain only 2.7 million in the first quarter is awful.
Yeah.
Because that initial bubble of 42, just under 42 million was exactly what it is, the initial bubble of what it is. I mean, they're still paying and it's still going on.
Yeah.
So that it's good that they've hung about, but it's not a huge increase compared when you look to things like Disney Plus, for example, who's excelled. Obviously, they've got much more content, but there hasn't, other than Mandalorian and the two Marvel shows, there hasn't been anything huge going there, whereas this has had, the Snyder Cut, which millions of people have cried out for, Godzilla vs Kong, that a lot of people were waiting for, and then Mortal Kombat, which not many people were waiting for. Well, no, they were. Some people were waiting for it. But,
certain people.
But, it doesn't seem very good. But the way people have sort of said how it's not that good is they are... Oh, I've just switched over to Amazon. Hang on.
I was wondering where you were going to go with that until you said I'll switch over to...
They projected when they got HBO Max, they said by the end of 2025 they want 150 million, right, which is another four and a bit years away, right?
Yeah.
But if they're only doing 2.7 million in one quarter, it's never getting anywhere near that.
Yeah.
It's never and this is 3 big projects all gone on to that. What's the next big project going on to it? What is it?
Well, as we said, there's only the only sort of series wise. What we've got, the Green Lantern Corps thing coming up.
Yep.
Peacemaker is Suicide Squad's theaters only, isn't it?
Yeah.
I can't think of anything.
No, I mean, we have to try and think this hard as well.
Yeah, there's nothing more bigger coming out. And like I think you said when we was out the other day, they need to have a series. They need to have a weekly series to get subscribers in and keep them, which they haven't got. And then with cinemas reopening now, obviously, I don't really watch films on Disney Plus anyway. The only thing I've watched is I think with Soul and Raya, but that's because out of necessity, really, because we couldn't go to cinemas. But you won't watch something like, we know Black Widow's coming out on Disney Plus, but we'll go cinema for it, or theatre or whatever. But so they need a weekly show thing. So I don't see it increasing, but they are no way getting to 150 mil unless they start pulling out the stops and putting some big stuff there.
Yeah. I completely agree. I will go out on a limb and say I think they'll do it. Two reasons. Firstly, I think I would assume that figure must have incorporated the fact that they will go global at some point. I would assume.
That may change
within the next 4 years they won't be US based, which is another thing to mention. Obviously, they still are just based in the US. That is still very poor for those 3 big hitter films. As you said, I know Mortal Kombat is not in that range, but still. Very poor, 2.7. So I assume that might be incorporated a little bit. And if they do go global, that gives it a much bigger push to get that 150, was it? Sorry?
Yeah, 150. Yeah.
And then the second thing is they do have incredible content if they push it, as you just saying. So, I mean, I know they've spoke about it. I haven't got really much to say, but obviously the Harry Potter pushing they're going to do.
Yeah.
The Game of Thrones prequels, 6 in the works or something?
Something like that.
And obviously DC and stuff like that. If they do, which is 4 years till 2025 or whatever, it's a long time. If they do use what they've got, Warner Brothers are not smart, in my opinion, so I'm trying to defend them. Yeah, they're not smart people, so whatever, I'm just don't know what I'm saying. But yeah, so they do have the facilities to, I think, easily make that goal. Whether they're smart enough to do that, I don't think so.
Yeah. They're going to have to go global to get anywhere near that. But even that, I was reading about the, in the UK, the Sky HBO deal. We will never get that until that deal's up, and there's no confirmation when that contract sort of runs out. Yeah. We'll get them like we have to. Although Mortal Kombat, we didn't get. We managed to see it somehow.
We flew to America.
But stuff like Justice League was given away for free in the UK, which was odd. Yeah. Obviously, we paid for Godzilla vs Kong, or Kong did, and it's very odd strategy. But like you said, Are they that smart? I don't think they
But
are.
that's just me like thinking logically, as Craig just laid out. That is awful for the first.
The streaming services, they have, like Netflix does so well, not because it's films, it's because of their series.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really watch. You watch that Love and Monsters thing, but other than that, I don't think the last. I don't know what the last film is I watched on there.
No, mine was the
Probably Extraction or something.
yeah,
like that,
that's what I was
Yeah, no, yeah, it was that.
Yeah.
It was that. But if I look over the years that I've had Netflix, like
completely agree.
Films versus series, there's no competition. I've never watched hardly even 1% of the series I've watched in films. But anyway, but it seems poor.
They're all mouth at the minute, and they need to because obviously that not just that Jason Keeler, the CEO or Warner Media, all the chief content people are coming out going, yeah, we're doing Harry Potter, we're doing DC slates, and which the slate does look quite good. In fairness, we've put it on our socials at Weekly Cut, but they have got a lot there, but. I don't.
They should have had this stuff ready before,
that's what
before it was gone. All they had up their sleeve was Snyder Cut.
Yeah.
And for something that was given away free to the UK, I don't know what it was with the rest of Europe, but for all these millions of people who wanted to see it, it didn't really bring much in. Plus, like with most streaming services, they offered the first month free. So if anyone just wanted to see that, as well as Godzilla Kong, well, they was all out in March, weren't they?
In the first, they pushed Mortal Kombat back to get out of it, but they did get, as you said, in your first month subscription, if you went up for the 18th of March, which was Snyder Cut, you would have got Godzilla vs Kong as well.
But even then, you wait a couple of weeks because once Snyder Cut's on there, it's on there. So you sign up just before Godzilla vs Kong come out, you get that Mortal Kombat and Snyder Cut for free. You can go after that. You haven't got to stay. Most people don't. Like there's loads of subscription, you just end up staying on, don't you? But
one quick question before I end. What would you con? So it's really dear, isn't it? It's $15.
Yeah,
another factor. Maybe.
Yeah.
that is a lot.
That is a lot, right?
That is a lot.
And
It's got to be the most expensive one.
Yeah, I would think.
Well, Disney I paid I think it's like 52 for the year or something like that.
Yeah.
That's for the whole year.
I think it's $10 without ads. No, with ads. Sorry.
Yeah.
So it's $15 and you don't get any ads. But that is
The
so
whole ad
bad
thing
for
would piss you off.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
You don't do that.
It's ridiculous.
You don't do that at all.
Paramount Plus are doing that.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's going to be a massive failure. I don't even know what you're going to get on that.
No, I don't.
I mean, they've got stuff.
Yeah,
but
agreed. But we'll see.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is all my news. But just before I move on, we're going to have a full episode on this, so I won't go in too much. But I just need to give a big shout out to the latest episode of Invincible.
Yes.
Because my word, it was fantastic.
Yeah.
And I'm not one to like scream from the rooftops about a series a lot. I will sometimes if it deserves it. And this episode just pulled this series from the levels there already, which is high, to even higher. I didn't think they could do it.
Yeah.
And it was brilliant.
Was easily the best one in the series.
What would your again? I'm just curious because me and Craig have been nerds a long while, and we've watched a lot of animation. This was your first
one,
animation.
Yeah.
Well, just quickly, I won't ask you any follow up questions. Out of 10, just quickly on
This whole series,
Yeah,
9.
It's very
I think I'm about that, but I just wanted to see. Fair play.
A word of warning to Connor though. Don't now go watch other animations thinking they're all that good because they're just not.
Yeah.
This is easily the best animation.
Yeah,
but-
agreed.
Yeah.
No.
I need to say that up top. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you.
We'll do it finale next week, innit?
Yeah, it'd be a good episode next week
yeah.
without remorse as well. Michael B.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
That was because, not because Mark.
Of course it was, mate. Keep telling yourself, sorry.
Just get the cushion. Just put it and that's me done.
Cool. I've literally got borderline scraps, really, but this is quite big and really, really excited. We sort of said it last week anyway that his Batmobile was seen in London, etc. We had the call, Andy Muschietti, come and say about the new Flash logo. It's begun filming in London. Brilliant. But it's confirmed now that Michael Keaton is in London this week filming for it. So it's good. He's back in. I cannot wait for that. Not much more to say on it.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Next thing, this was probably the most random. Tell me if you disagree, but this is probably the most random news we had this week. How I Met Your Mother spin-off, How I Met Your Father.
Yeah.
Starring Hilary Duff. Discuss.
I'll take 20 for things we don't need, Alex.
I don't even like I don't like the series. It's got a massive fan base, but I don't like the series. I don't think it's funny.
Yeah, I think Craig described it on Saturday as How I Met Your Dad.
It's the UK version. It's the UK spin-off. Nah.
Very, very strange. So is it in? I haven't really read any articles on it because of how disinterested I am. So is it from her point of view then? what they've done with Ted this whole time of How You Met Your Mother.
No, the way I read it, it's a different story, but it's just
someone
about
else.
Yes, it's from the other side.
Oh.
I don't think. Well, I might be wrong. People are going to shoot me, but from what I read, it's not.
Oh.
It's not the other side of the story.
I think that's even worse.
Yeah, because I haven't watched it, but I have read before. Isn't the actual mum from How I Met Your Mother only in like the last?
Yeah, so that's what I thought it was.
Or it might be that. Then.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. So yeah, the little.
I don't actually know.
Really tiny woman. She's really small.
Oh.
She's like she's in at the end, but yeah, because all through late in the seasons you think Robin, and it's not, and it's this woman.
Yeah.
But and then I assume it might be from her telling her kids how she met Ted.
But then if it was going to be that, wouldn't they have brought back that actress to do it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Casted is she blonde? The other woman, or
No, she's dark.
I know they
hair.
can change their hair.
She's dark hair, unless she's the kid. I
don't
know. I do not know.
All we know is it's not required.
No, actually, because we've seen Ted's kids. Sorry, excuse me, forget me. I think you're right. I think it's different people.
I'm sure I read it that
Which
it's
is
just another
pathetic.
one.
Yeah.
Not even connected it. Well, it might be connected.
Because
I don't know.
Don't
Who
get
knows?
me wrong.
I'm actually looking up.
It was not a. It was. I did enjoy the show mainly because of Neil Patrick Harris as Barney.
Yeah.
He was and Jason Segel. I'm a massive fan. I know Craig isn't.
What?
Jason Segel.
Oh, yeah.
I like him.
Someone isn't.
Might be Luke.
Might be someone in this group. We had a row.
I don't mind him.
Someone, yeah. Anyway, so so it's mainly because of those two. Anyway, it was quite good, but it was the reason I think people stayed with it is because it was clever. It hadn't really been done before, had it? A story to your kids intertwining through the years growing up in New York. It was. I found it quite cool, and I guess other people did because it was quite big, but. I can't really talk much longer until you find it, Craig.
Hilary Duff's got a bit of time on her hands as well because she was supposed to be doing the Lizzie McGuire series, wasn't she?
Yes,
and it
you're
got
right.
canned.
Yeah,
and when it got binned, she was like, "I don't know why it's been binned." I was looking forward to it, and I think they recorded an episode or two, and they binned it straight away. And I was like, "No, this is not happening." She was like, "Well, okay, fair enough."
Fair enough.
What's the name of the mum? Is it Sophie?
I can't remember.
See, no, it's nothing to do with that. It just says
That doesn't ring any bells.
It says the narrative does exactly what it says on the tin, following Sophie as she tells her son how she met his dad, a story that catapults us back to the year 2021. Back to the year 2021.
I met him in the toilets of Liquid Envy.
Where Sophie and her close-knit group of friends are in the midst of figuring out who they are, what they want out of life, and how to fall in love. The age of dating apps and limit. No, dating apps, it can't be. No, it's
You're
just,
right.
it's
No,
just
you're
a new
right.
thing.
It's a new thing. I can't believe that.
Why would you do that?
I don't need it.
At least, maybe, I mean, the other version, the other way to do it sounds shit as well. But
completely.
just don't do either.
Yeah, just leave it.
Fair play, Hulu. Enjoy it. But yeah, off of that, please. The last thing I've got is just which come out today. Deadline, Hollywood Reporter all broke it. Craig actually beat them though, so he was straight on the HBO Max Twitter. But yeah, they've confirmed
HBO Max Brazil. Well, I'll have you know.
He's got his fingers in all
Because it was in a different language. I didn't know what was going on.
But yeah, just an update on the House of the Dragon.
Awful title. Doesn't come off the tongue at all.
Prequel, spin-off, whatever you want to call it, based around the House of Targaryen. That is begun filming. So
Do you know who's actually in this?
the only big name is that Rhys Ifans.
And Matt Smith.
Oh, sorry, of course he is. He's playing a big Targaryen character.
I don't know. The rest of the cast, it did list. I didn't know them. There was one though that caught my eye. It was a woman's name. However, in brackets it did say they slash them. So who knows?
Okay,
fair
enough.
I don't know. I don't know who the rest of them are.
I imagine we might get some. There's got to be another big name coming, I would think.
Yeah.
Do you need it to be though? Because
No, I mean,
like the original Game of Thrones, none of them were big names.
No, other than Sean Bean, he got his head cut off.
Oh,
So,
yeah. Spoilers.
Yeah, true. But I do think this day and age, bearing in mind we just spoke about the limited HBO Max and HBO have come in at the minute, I think it would need some star power. I know he's huge, that Rhys Ifans. He's been around for a long time, but I wouldn't. I don't know.
I think to keep the carriage rolling, you probably need a big name to keep it pulling along.
Yeah,
but that's just me. That literally is me. Sorry. With news.
Did we want to talk about the Fast 9?
Yeah,
So we've got trailers.
yeah.
Very nice.
Even I heard that.
Yeah, very nice. So Vin Diesel posted a little weird sort of trailer / video message the other day. It was quite cool. Basically saying cinemas are coming back. But first we have to go over to our Fast 9 correspondent. Connor, what did you think of it?
I watch it with my hands on my face. Every time you watch it, it just gets more and more ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I've got to hat us off. It was a really cool message for the world for we're getting back to normal. Theaters are coming back. We can't wait to see you. And it was good. And you saw some new stuff as well, which might.
Yeah, it was new. Yeah.
I must say, if you're going to catch someone, you don't catch him on the bonnet of your car. Because I'm pretty sure the muddy floor would have been softer for her to land on.
Yeah.
But who cares? Who cares?
Really cool. I found it quite a powerful message.
Yeah, it was good.
From us as film fans. We said it last week how we can't wait to get back.
Yeah.
So
Well, it's going to be the first big film that's going to be.
I looked at Connor when you said weekend.
First big film that's going to be in cinemas, though. So, yeah. I'm not waiting for it, yeah.
Some dodgy jacket and jean combo there. I wasn't a big fan of that.
Also, he pulled over in the middle of the road. Not quite sure that's a safe code, but whatever.
Do what he wants. It was, quite a cool message and some new bits that makes it look even more ridiculous.
Yeah. Which is also on socials, Weekly Cut. Yeah. Let's have a little countdown how many times we say it.
Yeah, just do a cha-ching every time you do it. But yeah, I think is anyone want to say anything more on that?
Not much more to say about it. It's ridiculous film series, really.
Speaking of that, though, just in the.
Dun-dun-dun. I'm going to use that. I'll keep that.
Hang about. So you posted that.
Tobey Maguire casting House of the Dragon.
It's a big name. So yeah, you posted that Vin Diesel video message and everything. It was just liked by Fast Family, and they have 143,000 followers.
That is fantastic. Brilliant. I saw that come up. Look, it's there. But
I've been meaning to look at it for a while, but I was waiting.
I really wanted to look at it. That looks a bit of fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, but basically we're out there. Connor, Craig, Brad, we're out there.
We're family.
We are, yeah.
Get the Coronas, boys. Come on.
I might just send them a gif in a minute just of a literal Corona being open.
Do you know what always gets me as well? Sorry, this is really off topic, but you know, there's always this one who likes your tweets, and it's Mark Hamill. I'm like...
yeah.
But he's not in at all.
I've had he doesn't really comment that much, but he is. I'd just like to say thank you because he seems to be a big fan of us.
Yeah.
We've got to hear you. I love him.
Yeah. But it gets me every time I see it. Like, oh,
but it's Mark Hamill with King Shark.
Yeah. It's a really strange profile.
He loves it all.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
Another trailer we got, West Side Story, which was at the teaser. It's a teaser.
Yeah.
It was released at the Oscars. Steven Spielberg directing.
I knew about West Side Story that was coming and stuff. I had no idea it was Steven Spielberg.
No.
Usually you'd know when he's doing something.
Yeah.
He's
fingers
outside, isn't he?
He's got some fingers in some pies, isn't he, at the moment?
I think we'll throw over to the musical correspondent because he loves the musical.
We all like a musical. You love a musical.
Yeah, you love Great
Oh, you love
Greatest Showman.
You love Greatest Showman. You don't love Greatest Showman. You love Les Mis.
And La La Land.
I've never seen that.
Oh, it's brilliant.
But
we'll talk about that.
Yeah. But yeah, this obviously was only a teaser. You don't see much. I don't know much about the story. From what I saw, it's just Romeo and Juliet, two rival gangs in New York. But I just think it was really, really cool. And I love a musical, and I'm due one. So I'm well up for this.
It looked colourful.
Yeah.
And quite vibrant. And with Spielberg's name on it, you know it's going to be...
Well, that's a saving grace.
And you'll get some dark, looks like obviously you'll see some gangs, whether it's like full-on fighting, a doubtful musical. Although Les Mis gets a bit naughty.
Yeah, it does annoy.
So, fair enough. I'm looking forward to that, though.
Yeah. Will it be better than Cats? I imagine so.
Fast and Furious franchise or Cats?
Cats.
How dare you? Whatever that.
Yeah.
I'll be made to watch it, I imagine.
Yeah. Well, that's trailer watch then.
That's it.
Moving on to the Oscars.
Yes, let's go run.
Right, let me just get the lights. Let me get the camera as well. We'll just start rolling now.
Fantastic.
Oscar week. Everybody, it is Oscar week.
Don't put any soundbite over it. Edit out just you singing. I want you singing it.
Oscar results were in. I'll run through the winners and then we'll have a chat because there's a bit of a stir.
Storm question, yeah.
I've got 3 facts, so when you get to the ones I'm talking about, I want to say my facts.
He's going to interject, basically. That's what he said.
when you get to the winners of the ones I've got.
All right. So I'll go straight in with the best picture. I think was no surprise, Nomadland, which done quite well. There was no one standout for this year. There was no real dominance in the Oscars. But best picture Nomadland and best director Chloe Zhao, who you probably
I have a fact.
Yeah.
No, go on.
No, go on.
No, just saying that she's the first woman of colour to win a Oscar for this category, and only the second woman ever.
Yeah.
Followed. Who did she follow?
Bigger.
Close.
That'll do.
Catherine Bigelow.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
For what film?
I know this as well.
Jeremy Renner's in it.
Hurt Locker.
Yes, yeah. Brilliant film, to be fair.
Yeah,
Anyway.
very good film.
Yeah. And the third Oscar they won was Best Actress, and that was Frances McDormand. I think she plays the main character in it, which was a good night for Nomadland. Best Supporting Actor, Daniel Kaluuya.
Brilliant
Daniel
stuff.
Kaluuya, Daniel Kaluuya. Judas and the Black Messiah. I haven't actually watched his speech yet, but I've heard it was quite a good
I have.
speech.
And this is so I have a fact, and then one of the things that people are laughing about that he said in his speech. So the fact is, he's the first Black British person to ever win a Oscar for acting in all categories,
Brilliant.
not just supporting actor.
Well
acting.
deserved as well.
But he also won for the same role the Screen Actors Guild this year, the BAFTA, and the Golden Globes. So he won all
Dominance.
4. So like it's complete wipeout. I don't know what I was going to say then. But people were laughing about his speech because he went up and basically said all the good things, like it's good for British acting and, you know, portraying these people of history, because I don't actually know what it's about, but I know it's about a freedom fighter who was shot by police in America at the age of 21 or something like that. But I don't know the whole thing of it, but it's meant to be quite a powerful film, as all these Oscar ones normally are.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, what people are coming onto is that his mum and sister are in the audience, and he went up and said, after he did all his nice bit of speech, he this is exactly what he said. He goes, I just want to thank my mum and dad for having sex and have allowing me to be here and do my thing. And that was it.
Did people laugh?
Sort of, yeah. But then it went to his mum, and his mum was going,
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
But then she
picture.
looks over to his sister, and she's like, what did he say? But he literally just goes, thanks for having sex, and yeah, cheers.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to thank someone, yeah.
Can I throw a bit of controversy in on that?
Oh, go on.
He, not great for Oscars at all. It's been a terrible thing. But basically, he was, by reporters, he was confused by someone else in the interview press room by another black actor. Really,
I can't remember the name.
I can't remember the name of the guy, but really, but they didn't even look similar. They didn't even look similar. So
I think he come back and said something like, "What if I confused who you was being directed by right now?" And she didn't know what to say. Really,
Yeah. God, that's bad.
really poor. Sorry. Yeah.
They don't do too well, do they? Yeah.
No, they don't at all, mate.
Best Supporting Actress, and forgive me for the pronunciation, Yoon Yoo-jung for Minari. You got a fact for that one?
no.
Oh, right. She's the first Korean actor or actress to win an Academy Award. So congratulations.
Fair enough. No, good. Just your guy, Stephen Yeun, is the main star in that as well.
Oh, is it really?
From
He
Mark,
was
who
up
plays Mark.
for it as well,
That's
wasn't
it.
he?
And a fact about him as well, he was the first Asian. So it was really good for diverse this year.
Women run the show at this Oscars.
Oh, yeah.
It was like, I think there was 30 different women nominated across different
Jesus
things.
Christ.
I mean, I wonder when they'll get rid of the Best Supporting Actor and Best Supporting Actress and just have Best Supporting Actor.
coming.
It has to.
I don't think they ever will. I know it's PC now to do that, but I think it's still... I think you should still have that separate.
Yeah,
I agree.
Or Best Male Actor, Best Female Actor.
Yeah, or that.
Yeah.
Maybe that, yeah.
I think actress is quite...
That will be gone in some way.
Yeah.
Knowing the world.
Best Animated Feature, Soul, which was expected.
Yeah.
I've saved this one for last as well because there's been a bit of a stir. And I can see both sides, but yeah.
Give us. I'm sure you'll give us both sides. And
So Best Actor, Anthony Hopkins for The Father. And I haven't seen the film. I don't think anyone else has, but apparently his performance, because he portrays a man with dementia, his performance is fantastic.
I've heard many
and
people
it's
say that.
the best performance of it in 6 decades or something of his. So brilliant, well deserved, well done to him.
And oldest ever.
Yeah,
Stole me
overseas.
fact, had it.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine. Go on. Yeah, the oldest,
Say
yeah.
it, though, just
No, don't worry about that. Let's move on.
So I'll read you his acceptance speech because this will touch on what we're going later on. So he said, good morning. He wasn't actually there, but I'll touch on that again. So he said, good morning. Here I am in my homeland of Wales, and at 83 years of age, I did not expect to get this award. I really didn't. Excuse me. And then he goes,
is that what you done?
and then he goes and say, I'm grateful to the Academy and thank you. I want to pay tribute to Chadwick Boseman, who was taken from us far too soon. And again, thank you all very much. I really did not expect this. So I feel very privileged and honoured. Thank you. Now, this is where the controversy is stirring online. So since the 1940s, since the Academy Awards have been running, every single year they end with Best Picture. Every single year.
Yeah.
Doesn't change. This year, they changed it.
Oh.
So the final award was for Best Actor.
Oh, right. Okay, so it's like a build-up.
Yeah. So what people thought, because Chadwick Boseman was the front runner, everyone was expecting him to win it.
We put it up on our it was nailed on.
Yeah.
Literally nailed on. Yeah.
So you thought they've changed the schedule for the first time in 80 years, 90 years, whatever. It's nailed on. Joaquin Phoenix was given out the award for best actor.
God, he's never a good recipe, is he?
So when he read out, the Academy Award goes to Anthony Hopkins for The Father. Apparently, he looked puzzled and a bit uneasy. And I think he said, "I'm not going to say what I planned to say," and then accepted the award on behalf of Anthony Hopkins, who wasn't there. So the Oscars ended on a bit of a sour note because everyone thought Boseman would win it. Probably deserved to win it as much as Anthony Hopkins, and just because he passed, it will be celebrating his future roles as well, what he could have become, because he was fantastic in all of his films. So the Oscars ended with somebody who wasn't there accepting the speech, accepting it for them, and it's done.
Yeah.
So everyone's questioning, well, why change the schedule?
Yeah.
They did pay tribute to Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah, as well as a few other actors.
Yeah.
Christopher Plummer, I think, and some others. I can't remember who was on the list.
But the fact that he was up for the award, didn't win it, Anthony Hopkins won it, and it ended after the schedule change and whatnot, it's not sitting well with people. And I can understand why 100%.
If they didn't change the schedule and did it how it was meant to be, then fair enough. Then again, I can't really pass judgment. I've not seen The Father of Anthony Hopkins. I've not seen that, what's it, Ma Rainey's something, isn't it? The one that Chadwick Boseman's in.
I can't remember.
Ma Rainey's something. I can't remember. I haven't seen that either. But he got the awards at the other ceremonies, and usually whatever happens at them does usually follow on to the Oscars. It's unanimous sort of thing. But I can't really pass judgment. I've not seen it either. But Anthony Hopkins, like you said, apparently he's really, really good at it and really powerful performance. It just does seem odd the way they did it then. Yeah,
that's my take on it, is that I don't... I'm not saying anyone should get an award because of they sadly passed away. I'm not saying that. If it should be based on the actor, and I've heard from multiple accounts and stuff that run it, that the three that were just neck and neck was that Riz Ahmed, British guy, Anthony Hopkins, and Chadwick Boseman. So it could have gone either way. But yeah, as you said, I know he won. I think he won the BAFTA, Anthony Hopkins. So again, it's not that unheard of. So
it just seems odd, you said.
Like as Connor said, to change that, it sounded like they were giving people this idea they was going to do a big honour. He's going to win the Oscar. It's going to be an amazing moment for him and his family. And then even people, when they saw the change of schedule, probably thought, it's because it'll be a really good note to end on. And but for them to do that and go, yes, Anthony Hopkins, here he is in Wales, that's really poor.
Yeah, it's quite odd.
I mean, they don't shower themselves in glory, the Academy Awards.
No. It's every year there's some sort of controversy with it.
It's on its, I believe it's on its way out. Do you know? Did you see the figure?
No.
I had that for scratch. That's all right. Go ahead, do that.
58% down.
I think it's 50. 53. I think down. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
I'll check it. I had it here.
Pretty sure 58%.
Yeah, it was because they had the actual number, the viewing figures for it, and it was terrible. Mad. 58. Yeah. So it was 9.85 million viewers tuned in on Sunday, even down 58% from the 13.75 million last year.
It has to be.
It's a record low.
Yeah.
Terrible. That's really bad.
I
know it's not a big year.
But this is the thing. I was going to pose the question. None of the so-called big boys were in the Oscar running this year. You know, I mean, like the big directors, the big actor. I mean, obviously Anthony Hopkins, big actor, but in a film that's very much Oscar-led, way to Oscars. But there was nothing... there was none of the usual, the Chloe Zhao, Nomadland thing. Very much followed. What was the film last year? Parasite.
Yeah.
Where most general audience haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I've still not even seen Parasite, although apparently it's fantastic or whatever. But did you think this is different because of the year we had? Do you know what I mean? Because
no,
I'm finding it hard to explain, but it isn't a normal year for film.
Yeah. I mean, 58% is probably too large to chalk it up to just the pandemic, but it has to be a big hit because, like I say, we are all big movie fans. I will most likely never watch any of these films. No, I'll be totally honest.
I'm going to give Nomadland a go. I think it's going on Disney Plus, and she's directing Eternals, so I might give that a go.
Yeah. It looks.
It looks hard going.
It does look hard going, but again, it's not nothing to do. I'm sure it's incredible performances because she won Best Actress, didn't she? So I know it probably is incredibly powerful, etc. And I would remarkable filmmaking. It's not my bag. So,
Yeah.
and I don't think it's any for a lot of other people. So this is why this year it was a bit different. And I agree with what you're saying there, Craig. Yeah.
Like you mentioned about Soul.
Yeah.
It had to be that.
It could, yeah. It, could
It couldn't have been anything else.
well, I think he's up against Shaun the Sheep.
Yeah,
That was an opponent.
Yeah.
So it's
And
gonna,
that wolf maker or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was always going to be that, regardless. And so, it's a very strange year for the Oscars, basically. But
yeah.
fair play to all the winners.
Yeah.
But I can't sign off on, whether Chadwick. I would love if Chadwick. It would have been nice.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah, we
I have
can't
no
pass
opinion.
judgment on performances.
No, exactly.
Agreed.
I think people are dropping irons because the schedule changed. That
Doesn't make sense. It don't make sense to do that.
Yeah. But yeah, that's Oscar roundup.
Actually, wasn't it last year when they read out the wrong winner? Oh no, it was the
That
La
was
La
the- that was-
La La
oh,
Land one.
yeah.
Yeah, that was funny.
Shambles.
I was up on stage as well.
Yeah. And I was like, oh no, sorry, it's La La Land. There's always some fuck up. At least Ricky Gervais weren't there this time to mess it up.
They might get him back to bring the rating
They
up.
think they should because he always does some fantastic speeches at that.
Yeah.
He fantastic.
He tweeted
speeches.
his Golden Globes
Oh, that was brilliant. That one, yeah.
speech on the day and said, "Why am I not invited to the Oscars?" And he just posted that.
Always good.
Oh,
Yeah,
That's
cool.
Oscars.
yeah, brilliant.
Right, so now it's time for the finale of Sam and Bucky. So Falcon and Winter Soldier finale was out this week. I think we'll have a talk through that episode and then our thoughts on the whole series. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it. So non-spoilers first. Let's just go, Con, with your episode rating, series rating, and what you thought.
Episode rating for me, I would give it an 8 out of 10. It was what I wanted. It was just action, and that's what I needed this whole season. As a season as a whole, I'd probably give it. I can't give it too high based off this last episode. I'll probably give it a 7. I'm toying between a 6.5, but I'd probably give it a 7.
Okay, all right. Yeah. What did you think of the finale? Though?
I thought it was very good.
Yeah,
It was really good. What I wanted to see the whole
Yeah.
season. It was brilliant.
fair. It was brilliant. Well, Brad.
Yeah, episode wise, I'd class it as a great episode personally. 8 out of 10, I think. Same as you, Con. Had everything, the balance. Had had a decent amount of story in there, which was as it's been the series, but it also had that action elements, which was just some of the things are incredible, which we'll get into, especially with Falcon / just Falcon at the minute. Yeah, sorry, non-spoiler.
I think people know.
Yeah, so some really incredible moments, and it balanced some really good story scenes. Some of, and we'll get on to them. But 8 out of 10, really, really good episode. I've really enjoyed it. Series wise, exactly the same as Connor. I probably would be generous and give 7, but before today I probably was a 6.5. But I'm going to go with 7 and call it a good series, but not great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, fair. The episode for me, just because of I will just say it, the Falcon Captain America bit. Everyone knows it. The posters are out and everything now. So, I didn't want anything more from that finale. It was pretty much bang on.
We did just say earlier in the news that Captain America has changed Twitter. So say what you want, Craig.
Yeah. So we all know.
Yeah.
We all know. And we did actually mention it says Captain America and Winter Soldier at the end. So whatever. We all know that's who it is. And if you didn't know that before the series started, then, well, you're a loser. Everything I wanted out of it. I really liked it. And do you know what? I watched it the second time, and I preferred it the second time. I think with both these series so far, every time I've watched the first episode, I'm looking too much, trying to take too much in. Second time is more enjoyable.
Yeah.
And obviously you know what's happening, so you can relax. I think 8 is probably fair. Maybe 8.5 for the finale for me. Series though, I'm going to go a bit higher because as we've discussed week on week out, I have preferred certain elements to what used to haven't liked.
Yeah.
So I think I would settle at about a 7.5. I think for the series.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty.
So I guess if we average it out, it's about 7 between the three of us. Then
Yeah.
there's not really much more to say non-spoiler wise. I
Jump
mean,
straight in.
all the spoilers are out there
Yeah.
already.
Yeah.
And it was all spoiled by
This is coming
toys weeks ago. So
This is coming out Wednesday as well. So,
it's fine. Let's get into it. Should we just quick run through
Take
then
us
of
through it.
what happened?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
obviously it ended the last episode with Falcon getting his little box of tricks from the Wakandans. And then we open up pretty much straight from that. The GRC's under attack. The flag smashers are there. And then we get the quite a teasing scene at the start when it's like, oh, you just see him fly past the camera really quick and you're like, oh, something's coming here. And then, And then you see him on the ground, they look up and you just see a little silhouette go past. You're like, right, here we go. And then people keep doing it now with the little gifs and that. It looks incredible when he's flying, he throws a shield through the window and then comes in and reveals his whole costume. Yeah. What do we think of the costume?
Oh, it's fantastic. It is so crisp.
Yeah.
And fresh is the only word to say. I really love it.
Again, brilliant. This is just me trying to be funny, which I'm not. Looks wise, really, really loved it. It looks, as you said, crisp. Don't want to get it dirty. You don't want to get that dirty.
No.
Looks fantastic. And as him throwing the shield, even just holding the shield, it works so well. As the element of, this will make sense in my second sentence, has an element of Doc Ock to it, where, wait for it, it makes sense, second sentence. Whereas, like, he's not a super soldier, so he's not really protected. His skull is completely out there.
Yeah.
So, although he looks amazing doing all this stuff and he's got the thrusters to help him and stuff, if he gets clarted by a super soldier on the back of the head, he's done. He's finished.
Yeah.
So,
this is true.
So that's the only thing I thought about. Like, he's not really protected. I mean, I know he's got vibranium. It's probably all vibranium.
I would imagine so, yeah.
But yeah, just his ears are exposed.
Lovely goggles.
Lovely goggles.
Got to keep the goggles.
But that's just me just being stupid.
Yeah.
It looks brilliant.
Yeah, it's very... I think it's one of the most comic accurate suits they've put in the MCU so far. It's spot on. There's not many suits with white in, probably because they could be covered in blood and dirt and stuff. It's gonna be a bit of a nightmare.
Wait for Moon Knight. I see.
Full white. Yeah, this is what I thought about the Black Widow film because she's all in white as well. It's like that's gonna get some dirty knees. She's doing her superhero landings. Nothing else.
Yeah. Dirty vibes.
Don't be disgusting. But yeah, no, I really like the suit. I thought it was brilliant. Like you said, it looks good with the shield and everything. Anyway, and then we get him in there. Batroc turns back up. Also, this is one thing I want to bring up because this was a bit shitty, right? Because he radios down to Bucky and says, "I've called in some backup," and then Sharon Carter takes off a little invisible face mask thing, and it's Sharon Carter. They're in New York, like. We wanted some backup. There's quite a few others that he could have pulled, you know what I mean? But no, it's Sharon Carter. Fair enough. Good to see her in the finale, I suppose. And then we get Batroc turn up. There's a little bit of fight. I think it was quite good. It's quite cool the way, obviously, like you said, he's not a super soldier, but he incorporates the thruster to like hit harder and, you know, bash him with a shield and that. And I enjoyed that. It was a good little fight between the two of them. This whole episode, though, because obviously we'll get to the bit in a minute, but there's a whole load of Captain Americas running about in this, isn't there? There's a lot of,
we've said this before. They're everywhere.
There's a lot of captains about in this, isn't there? But and it's very much set in stone when he walks past that guy and says, "Who are you?" And he says, "I'm Captain America." It's quite a cool way to do it. And then we get down to the basement bit, and they're all being escorted out. And obviously, there's a dodgy bloke down there putting the locks on the thing, and works for flag smashes and that. And then Sharon Carter, she straight up murders this geezer in a really horrible way.
Yeah,
but
vapor smoke?
Mercury, I think he says he's got mercury laced or something. But she basically runs into him and just puts a little mercury gas mine on him or something, and he just melts.
Yeah, it's quite graphic, wasn't it? For the
I was quite surprised. But is that more leading, because we'll get to it in a bit, but it's more sort of leading to being the villain or taking a dark side sort of her or whatever. It just seems like
the Snyderverse.
It just seems like a woman being a bit bitter in this series. But fine. And then we get I really, really, really liked Bucky on a motorbike. I think that was cool.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that. He goes chasing after him. It's very convenient that there's a ground fight for Bucky and then there's the helicopter for Falcon. It's very convenient. Because if there was no Falcon in that, I mean, they're definitely dead, the rest of them in the helicopter. Because he didn't call in anyone else with flying abilities.
Yeah. To be on that for a second, I'm trying to think of another episode where it done it. He was for a Falcon show, I know he is now Captain America, he was very grounded for the entire series.
Yes.
Other than the initial 7-minute really good opening, it's all been in a room.
Yeah.
So he's just been
much
fighting in a room.
About.
So
no,
that's a bit of an issue of mine in this series.
Yeah.
But this was the first time we see him proper other than the opening premiere. So he's been very much grounded.
Yeah, no, definitely. And then we get the chase on the street level, and we get the other Captain America turn up, or John Walker with his DIY shield that is
last 2 seconds.
Basically just to protect him from not getting his head smashed in, I suppose, for a bit, because I think one hit it dents, didn't it?
Yeah, literally.
And It's quite funny. It was quite a funny scene. I didn't know it, but it's Mr. Sunday Movies who put it on his YouTube breakdown, and he throws the shield. There's a bit where it goes to him, and he looks shocked it hasn't come back to him because he throws it. He goes, "Oh, yeah." It's pretty much that. But yeah, you all sort of knew that was going to happen. Fine, he turned up. Good little fight there. Bucky rescues him out the thing, and he looks surprised that I said thanks. Someone's actually said thanks for him for helping, sort of thing. Thanks for rescuing us or saving us or whatever. And then what we got, the whole helicopter scene. What did you think of that? Because I thought it was great.
My favourite part of it.
Yeah.
So how he got, obviously a bit before that, and I just thought it was really cool how he used Red Wing to see if someone was able to fly the plane, and then the way he got the pilot out of the plane, helicopter, the way he got the pilot out of the helicopter was just fantastic.
When he threw the shield and then busted off,
One thing I got on that was when they count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then he does it, and she's still sitting in the back. I was like, hurry up, you said 1, you should be on it.
You should be on the move.
Get forward. Seatbelt still on. No,
I really did like, when the police helicopter goes down and Red Wing and him rescue the 2 pilots, and then he sort of just puts the wings around him because they're all vibranium now, obviously.
Yeah.
And the helicopter hits, and then it's the big reveal. Like he comes out and he's like just standing there. He's like, that was glorious.
Yeah,
it was cool. Glorious. I really liked that bit. Anyway, and then so it was the old hero downfall. He's like, Carly says, give him someone to save and he'll be distracted, which basically took Bucky out of that fight for a bit, didn't it?
Yeah.
And then the truck goes off. It's hanging over the edge. Bucky and that's having a little fight down the bottom. Falcon's doing his flying thingy. And then you get the John Walker moment where he basically has to make a choice. I'm a bit disappointed he did the right thing.
See, I'm opposite. I'm
the opposite. Yeah.
I just think he's been an arsehole. I know that's the payoff, really, but he's been an arsehole through the whole series, pretty much. And I get it was good that he made the right decision and let her go while he saved the truck, not very successfully, but it was quite good when he was holding the truck and they was all beating on him behind. But it was a good moment. And then Falcon comes in with his little drones,
that's cool,
and
really
saves the truck. That was really good. And then we get the very cheesy moment in this.
Hated every second of this.
It was only about a second, but it was very poor. It was like, that's Black Falcon. It's like, no, that's Captain America. And I was like,
I thought those days were gone. Marvel doing things like that
on the nose.
Very on the nose.
That's the best term.
But so then after that, how does Carly die? I forgot. You get that bit in the warehouse, like you said, very inside in this series. Couple of fights going on. Sharon reveals herself as the very predictable power broker that I think we knew from about 4 episodes in or something like that, especially last week as well. And then she straight up just kills Batroc because he tried to blackmail her, and then she shoots Carly, I think. Or
Carly shoots her, and then before Falcon comes in, she goes.
It was a good old Mexican standoff.
Very much was.
Lovely swig.
Sorry, I thought you was going to talk more. I was having a drink then. I thought you was going to talk more. Sorry.
No, is that? And that's when they. He's not fighting her, is he?
No, he doesn't want to fight her sort of thing. Which which is fine. I mean, she's done some harm. She should be.
Oh yeah,
just a bit.
Yeah,
she should be dead.
Yeah, she should be dead. Well, I mean, she does. And then straight after that, Sharon kills her, obviously because probably she knows a secret as well and stuff like that. And then we get the scene where he lands and he gives a very, very powerful and good speech.
Yeah.
It's very Captain America-esque.
Well, it was set up before because when he comes down, the wings spread. It's not angelic in a way.
Yes, it was. And
he comes, and the speech was very Steve-esque. It was powerful.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah, I really like the way they've done it. He wasn't doing it for the cameras.
No.
The cameras were just on him and he was just chatting, and I thought it was really, really...
There's a whole bit with the politicians, like you don't know what to do, or you don't know what it's like being us, sort of thing. And he was very much like, it doesn't matter what yours. You do what you need to do. This is what needs to happen, doesn't it? This is what needs to come together and stop pissing about. Basically,
can I throw a spanner in the works?
Yes,
hated every second of it.
What
did you?
Why?
Hated every second of that. I love Anthony Mackie, outstanding acting.
Yeah,
top draw. I might as well have been watching a Trump thing. It was I've forgiven. I didn't mind, and we'll come on to you'll mention the Isaiah Bradley exhibit and stuff, which was absolutely incredible. I've forgiven and let's say what it is. It was BLM pushing stuff, which was fine. I didn't like. We said that I think you used the best phrase. I come here to escape the real life stuff, and so do I. It's a Marvel superhero show. But I forgive that, and I've sort of, after this episode, really enjoyed actually that aspect of like BLM and Black Captain America because of how I nearly cried. Let's face it, I'm going to be honest, and we'll come to it. I did tear up at the last Isaiah Bradley bit.
Yeah.
So I've figured that this was now political, refugee, immigrant. It didn't feel like it just completely went from really cool, and as you said, that really bringing him down to this. Let's stop and talk about real world problems for a minute, and let's do the PC thing. I didn't like it at all.
Yeah, that's fair.
Just my take.
The only thing I will say on that, because Calvin messaged me about it.
Did he?
Watched it, yeah, he was saying to me because he doesn't like the whole PC side of it as well. And we've mentioned about how it's a bit woke and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But from the comics, it is very much. I know obviously the BLM stuff in real world stuff has obviously influences quite a bit in certain parts of it. But from the comics, it is a big part of him taking over as Captain America because there's a lot of people in the comics who didn't want a black Captain America as well, and it is associated.
I don't think that's in the comics though. This immigration.
No, it's not.
So
no,
that's
not,
my issue. So I don't mind the black. I like that now.
Yeah.
I didn't like the BLM stuff at first, but they've come full circle and done a good story on it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, fair enough. Prove me wrong. This part is like another thing. Did you need to do the political sort of immigration, refugee, and the big people shitting on the little people making these decisions? It felt very, very current at the minute, and I thought I didn't need that as well as, again, I come here to escape, as Connor says, and I was really enjoying it. That I didn't like any of that. Great acting, incredible acting. He's been fantastic throughout. Most of them has, in fairness, but I didn't need that 2-minute PC fan service thing, whatever. Didn't need it. In my opinion, sorry, I know people probably really did.
I really liked it. I thought it was very Captain America-esque, or very modern day Captain America-esque sort of thing. But anyway, and then after that we got they contact him and say the one that you got in the river, we've got to go get him, and he flies off. He looks quite cool. The shield goes on the back,
very cool.
Goes, and then we get the rest of the super soldiers get captured by John Walker and Bucky because they use the app.
Flag smashing app. I love that.
It was quite good, to be fair. And then they all get him in the little truck, and then I completely forgot who this person was, and Brad had to remind me of it the other day. So then they're all in the truck, and they're all being transported to the raft, which is the prison from Civil War, and where Zemo is at the moment. And then it blows up. You presume they're all dead. You'd imagine so. I don't think super soldiers can survive that. And it's the guy in the car with his little white gloves on, the old guy, and I completely forgot who it was. And I realised Brad told me he was the butler, Zemo's butler, and then it makes sense because the next scene it goes straight to Zemo and he's listening to on the radio, isn't he?
Yeah.
For it, seems like he's having a wonderful time.
Oh yeah,
Nice book, nice bed.
Radio, no complaints. But obviously that leads to the theory about the Thunderbolts thing because that's run by Thaddeus Ross, who later becomes Red Hulk.
That's coming. Thunderbolts.
I think so. Yeah. So there's probably other villains in there, or Abomination somewhere as well, which we'll find out in She-Hulk. He's in that series next year. And then it sort of ends with before the very ending, there's a very touching scene. Do you one of you want to take this bit? What happens?
Yeah, go back 1 second.
Is this the exhibit?
Yeah.
This one of them, probably one of the most. I can't remember a time in a Marvel film or series where I was this touched. I'm trying to think now. I should have already thought before.
Iron Man.
It was probably actually, that moment. I probably this was more powerful. I don't know why it just got me. I don't know. I can't explain. I didn't see it coming. I don't know. I knew he was going to go back there and have a chat with Isaiah Bradley and sort of, because I liked when he was watching on the telly with young Bradley, young
Elijah.
Yeah, really cool. And then because before that, Craig mentioned last week's episode, he said the line that no self-respecting black man would be seen as Captain America. So didn't really see how he was going to become Cap and a sigh and not be like, oh, chump.
Yeah.
So to watch him do that, and you could see a sigh of relief. You could see him actually be like it's changed. Maybe it can be different now. And then this when they go back and he goes, I've got something to show you, and he brings him to the Smithsonian, which we've seen countless times with Captain America. They walk past the Captain America bit, and they get to Isaiah Bradley's his own little exhibit, and he says something along the lines of, "Now no one will forget."
Yeah.
It was,
and I literally had to cough like 3 times. It was I got a massive lump in my throat. It was well deserved. It's powerful, and that's what I mean by the Black Captain America thing. I didn't really see how they were going to bring it full circle into the story, and it was that moment was 10 out of 10. It was fantastic.
Yeah, it was the hug and the teary eye for me.
That was good. If you can pause it on that bit, and people have posted it. There's like a little bit of script next to his statue and that, and it's the little script is quite good. It's pretty much bang on the story that Isaiah Bradley said. You know, he was a one of a handful. He only survived being experimented on. Yeah, and then it says his story about how he rescued X amount of people from a prisoner of war camp and then was imprisoned and experimented on after that. So it's actually quite a cool little bit you can read in that, and really good moment. Really
nice
good
touch.
moment.
I really like it.
And then the finale, or the very, very end of it, where everyone's happy. And the only thing I can describe this as, which you're not going to like, is a very Fast and Furious ending to it.
Yeah, it was.
He can't get away from Fast and Furious.
But it was, you know, like all around at a family barbecue, all having some jokes and laughs and sun shining. We're all happy that it's there.
Like he's got a cake. He brings in a cake and puts.
He's lifting kids up with the arm. He's like a big swing on his arm. It was a lovely ending.
Yeah.
It was a lovely ending. What did it? Any thoughts of that?
I don't have an issue with that.
It's fine. I suppose it makes sense for the rest of the series with the boat and that, because the boat's doing well, they're selling the food. Everyone's. I suppose it makes sense, but whatever.
Yeah. There's one scene that we missed out, the John Walker scene. So we get Madam Hydra, or not her quite yet, comes back with John Walker's girlfriend. I presume it's his girlfriend,
Wife.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Is it ever even said?
I'm certain it said wife.
Oh,
yeah.
Because I was looking
Pretty
for him and
sure.
think, who's this woman just with him all the time?
Yeah, she's been in a few times.
Yeah, she has.
Yeah,
but,
it's his wife. Yeah.
Oh, right.
I'm like 99% sure. We'll check it.
No, you're probably right. I mean, what else are you about? But then
I'm back.
Yeah, he seems very happy about it. Yeah. I don't think he realises what's down the road for him, because it's not going to be.
He's not Captain America.
No.
He thinks he is.
Well, it had another cheesy line. It's like, we don't need another Captain America. We need a US agent, which is the name of his comic counterpart.
On the nose.
But it was quite cool to see the black suit, because there's no getting away from it. That is what the comics is a black version of the Captain America suit.
He's quite a big guy.
When he was saying that, I know is he big or are they small?
I think there might be. I reckon he's about your. I reckon he might be close to your height. It's about 6'1".
Yeah, he
six,
looks.
so
He does like to tower over people, and plus them boots look like they've got a couple of inches on them.
And he walks next to Sebastian Stan a bit. And he's so he's quite. He really does look good in that outfit now. I can't believe how much I've turned around on him.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed Madam Hydra in that scene as well.
Yeah,
the character.
I quite like the way she does it.
Yeah, she's
a
really
good
cool.
actress. You can tell why she's Academy Award winner or whatever.
Yeah. So that's pretty much the wrap up of that, and then we have there's a after credit scene where we get Sharon Carter being pardoned and being allowed to come back to the United States, and they say all the stuff like the Carter name has been history making and part of the US military service and SHIELD and all that for a long time, and she assumes an agent role, I guess. Then he says there's a way you can come back into the system, and then not 30 seconds later does she pop outside on the phone like, I'm about to be being able to get access to plans and weapons and all stuff like this. So she's dodgy. She's dodgy.
Snake in the grass.
Now with the announcement of Captain America 4, it doesn't seem like there's going to be a series 2 of this.
No, I don't.
So it's heavily rumoured that not rumoured, Don Cheadle said it, that the ramifications of this series goes into Armor Wars. So I think she's going to be the big bad of Armor Wars.
I've seen a lot of that circulate. It makes
leaking
sense.
the secrets, leaking, they're going to have War Machine armors on record and stuff, and all the Iron Man stuff on record. So she could quite easily be leaking this stuff to other people.
Justin Hammer.
Yeah, Justin Hammer, she could easily be doing that. And like the Armor Wars for the comics, you get Crimson Dynamo, you probably know it is. You get Titanium Man, which is all like basically knockoff Iron Man armors, but they can do damage. They're just not as good. So that's where it looks like it's going.
Does look like.
I have one question for you two.
Go on.
One question. Was you or was you not disappointed that Old Man Cap wasn't in the finale?
I was not disappointed. I'll tell you why. I think it's like the age-old bring back Tony Stark. Yeah. It just defeats the feelings you felt at that moment. Mm-hmm. And that scene with Old Cap, I think that's powerful. I really enjoyed it, and I think that's him. His character's put to bed now. Let's move on. I think to bring him back, it will just undo everything that film done.
The only thing
that scene done.
My response to that, I agree 100%. Didn't need him. The only thing I think they should have done was acknowledge, is he dead or not?
Yeah.
They didn't.
I think that's them. Yeah, he's on the moon.
Yeah.
I think that's them purposely sidelined him in case.
I agree, but I feel like they should have. They really just didn't touch him at all, which I know was the point of it, but at the end of the day, it's Steve Rogers, so... And this is about the Captain America. I would think they would mention him because either he's alive and you would kind of have a chat,
yeah,
or he's not and you do a funeral, or you. I don't know. I just was shocked that there was so little, but I liked that there was little. So I'm. Yeah. I
because
can't
people are saying they would have. I mean, certain people against it, certain people for it, but saying it would have been nice for him to come in at the end to meet Isaiah Bradley and basically thank him for his service. But I thought that would have ruined the whole Falcon, Sam actually doing this for him, sort of thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't think Isaiah wanted to see him anyway.
Doesn't seem like it.
I don't think so. And rightfully, just he's done. I'll speak to Anthony Mack. I mean, I'll speak to Sam Wilson.
Not you.
He didn't even like. He don't want Sebastian. He's like another fight of him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I still want to see that.
Yeah,
I'd still like to see like old missions. Do you know what I mean?
I see something in the. I suppose we're probably going to speak about that, but I do see something in the future with Bucky.
Where does he go now? Is he going to? Because I'm sort of with Captain America 4 in development. I don't sort of want it to be this again as a film. Do you know what I mean? I don't actually really want Bucky there as his sidekick. If that sort of makes sense, I'd prefer him not to be. I would prefer to see we forgot about that bit in the series where he went back and actually told his old friend that he owned up to it and that. And that was quite sad.
And then left the list on the psychiatrist saying he's done. He don't need that anymore.
So full circle for him, and it sort of makes his character sort of done now as well. Really, he could pop up in future team up movies, I suppose. But what would we want from Captain America 4? Really,
I suppose now. No, so we've done the run through. Now I'm sort of interested in what you liked and didn't like about it, and this is a good time to say one of the things I didn't like about it. I know it was the main plot story was about the mantle of Captain America passing to Sam Wilson, but there was extremely, I felt to a certain degree, so little of Bucky in this. I was quite shocked.
Yeah,
I could probably name 4 moments that were quite cool from him the whole series. Like even that bit at the end, with which I did find quite funny, the Flag Smashers app. Mm-hmm. Why couldn't there have been a really cool action scene of a US agent, John Walker and Bucky doing because they would destroy these super soldiers because these are like military trained people.
Yeah,
that would have been a really cool thing. Everything.
They sort of already did that though earlier, didn't they?
Yeah,
the truck thing.
That's pretty much it. I mean, the cool flashback of Winter Soldier in I think episode 1 was it?
Yeah,
when we saw it, that was cool. It was there was not a lot of Sebastian Stan in Bucky in this, and I prefer the character more. Don't get me wrong, this was brilliant, but I personally prefer the character more, Winter Soldier, to Sam Wilson and Falcon. So I just thought, and I assume I share a lot of thoughts with that, but it was quite low on Bucky.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, fair. Which was something I just didn't really like. I'm not saying it ruined the thing, but just didn't really like that.
Yeah,
I want to see more. That was my
fair.
Yeah.
I think with these series, and this might be Disney and Marvel's plan all along, even WandaVision and this, and maybe Loki, you don't know, but they seem to be tent poles to set up other things, which is very good. So right. I don't know if they've sort of sacrificed story or big elements to set up other things, because like we're saying, Captain America 4, and there's so many avenues that can now go down just off this one series, and WandaVision as well. So many avenues you can go down. So maybe they've done it just to set up other things, and they've said, right, this one won't be fantastic. Some fans will love it. It won't be fantastic, but this is going to do the job. Spur for every.
You're right, because Wanda, next time you see her, is going to be in Doctor Strange, and you can't have her turn up in that.
Yeah.
Full Scarlet Witch and like powers and everything.
With the dark hole.
Exactly. You can't have her just turn up and do it. So, they are a segue, really, into the next ones. And then, again, you can't have Captain America 4 or the next time you see Falcon and he's fully suited up with his shield and flying around. You know what I mean? You can't do that and then have US agents just turn up and Madam Hydra. So, you're right. But then again, no, then and again. Yeah. You're right. Because I think every Marvel film is almost that as well.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them that are more story focused on their own story, but there's a lot of them that do everything leads on to the next one. Everything is putting stuff in place for the next one.
Yeah.
It's the way the whole 23 of them worked out to get the Infinity War and Endgame thing. They all had to do their own bit. I mean, For the Dark was fucking dog shit. But without that,
Sounds like you really feel great.
without that, you wouldn't have the reality stone which you needed. But I think you're right.
Yeah.
Another thing which is good to speak on, another thing I didn't like, which is I'm sort of trying to explain now why I only gave it a 7 and borderline 6.5. This is another thing I want to mention, is that I am a little bit, my expectations after this and WandaVision, I'm now like, okay, I know what these are now. I'll enjoy Loki, but I was, before when the Investors Day come out, I was like on cloud nine. We stayed up. I was like, Loki was my top one. I think we all Loki.
I think I was most looking forward to Falcon.
Okay, I think mine was Loki. What was you most looking forward to, Con, out of the three when they were announced?
Loki.
Yeah, I think I was close to actually Falcon as well. But yeah, so I'm sort of like, after this, I'm like, okay, as you literally just said about the setup, and you just explained off the back of it, Craig. But the actual, I mean, I know I've done it to death, but I'm worried about the writing and stuff in this shows. And what I'll explain is, I recently again watched Winter Soldier. God, that's a good film.
Oh yeah.
Oh God. Anyway, it's such a good film. But this is the best thing to explain about. I know they're movies, but I feel like the way this has been announced, the strategy by Kevin Feige and Disney Plus, and the big budgets they've got, 25 mil per episode, for example, this one. The first 48 minutes of Winter Soldier is literally flawless. Mm-hmm. Like the story elements they put into that, from Peggy Carter and all the stuff with PTSD, with bringing in Sam Wilson and stuff. Yeah. The story element is incredible, but there's so much action in there. You even get the Triskelion big scene in that. You've got the boat scene at the beginning. You've got the chase with Winter Soldier. It was such a good balance, and I know it's harder to do in a series over 6 episodes, but it just was so off for me, and I think it was quite bad, the balance in the series. I have to be honest.
I agree with the balance.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
And it's just, and that's my only comparison, because it is a sequel to Civil War-ish and Winter Soldier. That's the vibe they've gone for here.
Yeah.
And if you're comparing it to that, it's really off. Just from my opinion. I can see why people like it. Craig really likes the story element, and they're really good stories. But yeah, I expected a lot more action.
Well, the Wanda balance was the same as well. That was off massively. And the pacing as well was wrong with that. I think the pacing here was fine.
Agreed.
The balance, I think the balance was off.
Yeah, you're right. It could have done with more action set pieces, definitely.
Yeah.
But I think it's unfair. We've had this conversation before, but I think it's unfair to compare a 6-hour series to a 2-hour film. Yeah. Because if you had a 2-hour film that had, I don't know, 50 minutes story, an hour action or whatever, then you'd be like, there's not much going on here.
But the same elements should be able to be put into the penultimate episode and the finale, which was roughly an hour and a half?
Hour and 40 minutes probably. Yeah.
So there's enough there to work with in terms of story and action. And I think we got, off the top of my head, I mean, what was it? I counted, because I'm a saddo, I think 4 minutes and 40 seconds was the only action we got in the penultimate episode, which was about 61 minutes, I think.
Yeah.
Including the credits. And then obviously that was the way the whole through the thing. I think the one before that was 6 minutes. So in the 4th and 5th episodes, you had 10 minutes combined action to, which was roughly around, again, about an hour and 30, hour and 40 minutes. That is too.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah,
but it is harder. I'm only comparing because it's the only thing. I've got. Of course.
But like we said last week about the penultimate episode, that had to put everything in place. So this one kicked off with half hour of just action,
which was fantastic.
But
so that's what I've got to say.
So, all right, final question then. Before we move on to what we're all looking forward to. What's the better series, WandaVision or this?
I would say Falcon. I rate them the same, but I'll say Falcon.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And one more thing, I'm not going into it. Flag Smashers were terrible. Last thing I've said. Go.
I agree. This is the better series, but So I think it's just you more enjoy the characters, maybe. I don't know.
As a series, would you binge it or would you bin it?
I'd struggle to binge that.
Well, this is the thing. This is like what we said at the end of WandaVision. Would it have been better if all was released at once? Because there wasn't as much theorising around this one. No, nowhere near. Right. Yeah. I mean, a few cast and whatever said some shit that they shouldn't have, probably. Yeah. The whole big cameo doesn't really make sense for the audience watching it. I don't think anyone watched it who watched Seinfeld at the time. But anyway, I don't know. I think WandaVision would have been better if it was out as a whole, because you could do that in about 4 hours, I think, even though it's 9, but I think it's about 4 hours. I think you could do that. This one, I'm not sure.
What about cap shield to your head? You have to binge it or you bin it. What do you do?
I'll binge it. Yeah,
I'll binge it.
I'm not chucking it in the trash.
No trash.
It saves it. It's no trash can.
You binge?
Yeah,
I'll binge it. Yeah.
yeah. But this is the way that what HBO Max needs to do: a series week on, week out. Don't drop it all at
100%.
once.
Yeah.
And then you get subscribers. That's what you do. And people now. People now have got until June 11th till Loki comes out, and it's a stalemate now. There's nothing to watch, is there? There's nothing. Yes, good point. Yeah. But yeah, so you got they're doing it right. So every other month or weeks or whatever, it's pretty much everything now has got a Marvel or Star Wars project coming out by the end of the year, or Disney projects as well.
Such a good slate, very good slate.
Yeah. Anyway, right,
let's move on. So this is very much Brad Wheelhouse here. So I think you could take this one, Brad.
Good. Yeah, I don't really. So I'll obviously just start off as we always do here, just throwing it over to you. Go with Craig first. I'm more interested because I sort of know what Craig's going to say. He's a bit similar to me because of did you play the games just quickly?
So what are we talking about?
Mortal Kombat. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. We're doing the Mortal Kombat review.
Oh, it is me. So this is the deep dive into Mortal Kombat. If you don't like listening,
see you next week.
Yeah, see you next week. Bye. If you don't like listening, go to our socials at the Weekly Cut. Cha-ching. And we've done a review on there in a written format, of course. So this, for me, is more that we called it earlier a select group. Will be looking forward to this, because there are some die-hard, quite a lot of them, Mortal Kombat fans. Mm-hmm. So this is for them, I would say. Yeah. I'm not saying I'm die-hard or hardcore, but I think me and Craig are quite fans of the Mortal Kombat. I would say, not like.
But I like the game, but I haven't played one in about 10 years. You know?
The last one was that Injustice DC crossover.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you didn't play the games, right?
I play the game as much as I play NBA 2K. It's like I play it once maybe. And just it.
That's a good gauge. Just wanted to gauge for listeners of where we're all at on that basis. So first of all, throw it to Craig first, because I want to come back to you last.
Yeah.
What did you think of the rating? And obviously we're non-spoilers, but what was your rating of the?
Well, I initially agreed with you. I am going to go down a little bit now. So you rated it 3 stars in your review.
I was 3 stars.
So this out of 10, we're saying 6. Yeah. I would probably drop it down to about a 5, maybe 5.5, because my ultimate fault on this is the film's trash, right? But it's good fun. And it's for, like you said, the people who enjoy that thing, because it's got most of the elements what you'd expect in it. Not so much a tournament, but it has most of the elements in it that you want. But ultimately, for me, there were several moments in it which was like a 90s Power Rangers TV show and stuff. So ultimately, I can't give it more than that. The film is shit or trash, but it does what it does.
Yeah.
Fair play. Now let's turn heads over to Mr. Fast and Furious. Come on, Thomas.
I'm waiting for the get over here. And I'm going to be fucking whipped out of the room. This film, for me, was piss poor. I hated it.
It's strong.
As a rating, I'd probably give it, I don't want to be too harsh, but I'd probably give it a 3.
Out of 10.
Out of 10. And I'm toying with 2.5.
What was better, New Mutants or this?
They're both as bad as each other. I'd probably say
no.
I'd probably say this is better, just.
Yeah, okay.
But
sorry.
My thoughts on this, it was shit. Mm-hmm. The script was shit. It was cheesy.
Very.
Some of the CGI was good, but some of it was waffed. And I just think it was all round. I couldn't find any enjoyment with it. Some of the fighting was okay. Mm-hmm. The martial arts was good, but some of it was just poor. Most of it was poor, and I just could not get on board with it. I know I'm going to be shot down online and everywhere, but I just couldn't.
I don't think you are.
No,
I don't think you are. For what you can say.
The only people that would sort of, because I even said this, I gave it a 3 star, which I'll explain my reasons why a bit later in a bit. But I gave it a 3 star, but I wouldn't say this is a good movie. I've put it sort of 6 out of 10. It's not bad. It's not good. But it did have some moments in it. It was very good to the Mortal Kombat lore and the stuff loyal to the games. Had the fatalities and stuff like that. It was authentic to Japan, which I loved.
Yeah.
Which I didn't think they would do. I know Johnny Cage was
Whatever.
spoilers. We just
go into it.
Spoilers. So I know Johnny Cage was teased at the end.
I think we
but
need to get a little alarm.
we do.
yeah.
We need an alarm.
I'll pop it in.
So yeah, I love the authenticity. It started off in Japan with the Lin Kuei and Scorpion and Sub-Zero. Loved it, brilliant. But yeah, so one thing I'll just mention. I think we're going to get more of them, Con. I think two reasons. Box office today, it reeled in domestically in sort of like North America. It's 22.5 mil, which isn't bad for this pandemic. Topped it, not much out there anyway. But
55 worldwide as well. 55 mil something.
So I think it's probably going to get, because it's quite low budget. So it's probably going to get sequels, and it's set up for sequels because
it hasn't released in the UK or Europe either.
Yeah,
Which is silly. Thinking of it. Can we just discuss that a minute?
Oh yeah, of course. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. So we're in the UK, and obviously HBO.
You haven't guessed by the accent.
Yeah. We could be South African. HBO Max obviously is US. We thought we was getting it on video on demand on Amazon, which was what was going around. Friday morning hits, everyone's on Amazon. It's not there. And then we think, well, maybe Now TV, not on there. And there's nowhere to be seen.
Sky.
There's no information. There's no nothing. Then we hear that Now TV have had no information on it.
Yeah.
Amazon have had no information on it. And now we're saying we get it when cinemas open, which is in May.
Yeah.
Which is a really odd strategy to take.
Well, it was completely different to what I did with Justice League and Godzilla vs. Kong.
Yeah.
Very weird.
They've done it purely because we're so close to May now. We're in April, in fairness. I completely disagree with this. I think it's quite disgusting, to be honest, because they've a lot of fans here, like the anger when I'm on the comments. There's a lot of anger out there. But so they've done it purely so they can go get a little bit more, few more million to rack up in May. Won't get a lot, but a few million to just help to the total to get sequels. That's all they're doing. It's horrible.
Surely they would have made more money doing it like the £16. Godzilla vs. Kong.
Must have. I don't understand.
Especially now when people are slating it off. Who's going to go to the cinema to see it?
Another good point.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Don't get it. It's very strange. But as you said earlier, one of us don't know what they're doing.
Exactly, not the slightest. So, and on top of that, we put on the socials and the Joe Taslim, who played Sub-Zero, who was probably the standout in this for me anyway.
Yeah.
And he's signed on for 4 more movies. Whether you get 4, I don't know. But it all just does look like we're probably going to get more. So strap in, Con.
Well, that's probably the one and only I'll watch. It's fine.
So I'm not going to go through the story, but we'll talk about what we did in some few moments to talk about. But the story really, as I touched on about the authenticity they've gone with here, it's quite obvious. They've subbed out Johnny Cage, who's the director, Simon McQuaid, basically said he's a parody. He's a 90s dated parody. So we're going to get do an original character of Cole Young, played by Lewis Tan, who likes our pages. So thank you, Lewis.
I don't want him to like us anymore.
But so they've subbed in a Cole Young to give heart to this story. In my opinion, didn't work. Nothing against Lewis Tan. He clearly is a martial arts, very good from other stuff we've seen him in and that. He's clearly very good, and I know what they were trying to do, but it just didn't. It just seemed needless for me. This substitution. So anyway, and it's all about the Outworld sort of people run by Shang Tsung. Facial rec. Do you know where he's from? That actor.
I don't even know what character you're talking about.
The one who sucks souls, Shang Tsung.
Oh,
the main baddie that's got his assassins of Outworld. It's a random one, but you'll know it straight away.
I was about to say something, but I don't want to be classed as.
Let's skip over this. Can I just say it?
Go on.
It's the Chinese businessman from Dark Knight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, one who that's it. He's there. It's really cool.
I'm going to look up in case I was right about something else.
So just quickly going over the story. The Outworld, run by Shang Tsung, they're on a massive win streak by clearly cheating, as we see in this film.
Yeah.
If they win one more tournament of Mortal Kombat, they will then conquer Earthrealm. The only defender of Earthrealm is Raiden and this band of not the best champions who all have a Mortal Kombat sign and tattoo, as some people think it is. And then it's about them stopping them winning this 10th tournament. And that's pretty much the story.
Yeah.
Cole Young, obviously, is the core of it. And there's the story is not just that he's an ex-MMA fighter. It's, as I think it was all everyone alluded to, he's from the bloodline of Scorpion. And that's pretty much it.
I was right what I was going to say, but I didn't want to be close to saying something
Well done
wrong.
for double checking.
He's in Winter Soldier. He's part of the like Shield. Well, he dies. He gets killed by thingy with the little pins on.
Yes, he is. Oh, the
council,
one in the council.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
you're
Yeah.
well played. Yeah.
Very good.
That's the story. So I suppose just getting to throwing it back over to yous. Is there anything you liked, Con, before I come to Craig?
I'm trying to think really hard, and there's nothing that I liked about this film. I didn't really like any of the performances. Didn't really like any of the fight scenes. I didn't like any of the story. I just didn't really like anything.
I didn't like the fact that there was no tournament. There was no Mortal
I'm with
Kombat.
you. Yeah. I'm with you.
Why is there just not a story been built around a great fighting tournament?
Yeah.
Like, I get the whole bit, the Outer Worlds, are they called? Outer Worlds coming to take over different planets or whatever through Mortal Kombat. Why not just have like this intergalactic agreement that there's a tournament that takes place and film that?
Yeah.
And if they win the tournament, they get it. Obviously, they were never going to win, even if it was a tournament style, because there's no point in doing it. But
Yeah.
it was literally people coming out left, right. There was just a random lizard thing turned up at one point, and and he just turned up at one point out of nowhere, basically trying to get a sneak on all of them to kill them all. And it was like, this is not Mortal Kombat. This is not a fight at all.
Yeah. And Mortal Kombat, the game, they do sort of side view fighting as well in the game. There wasn't even that shot. I would have been happy if it was just that shot. I'd have been like, oh, that's quite cool.
Yeah.
It wasn't even that. I thought I could have just done that. And the big four-armed bloke, who's basically the Hulk, they've basically taken the Hulk's face and put it on there and just changed it a little bit.
Goro.
Little
Anyone
ponytail.
wondering.
Give it some extra arms.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah.
But,
I struggled.
what was it? I can't remember what I was about to say then. Oh yeah, I say good in commas, fatality or violent bit in that was in the trailer. Can you think of anything new that you saw that wasn't in the trailer?
He did very good Kung Lao fatality with the spinning hat, splitting in half.
Oh yes, that I was quite pleased with the lady dragon thing, whatever. I don't know what I don't know their names of.
Namira or Namita, whatever her name is.
Yeah, that was quite cool. But anything other than that, we saw.
Yeah,
I don't. You saw the Jax thing where he smashed his head in. You saw. I mean, they released the fucking Sub-Zero Scorpion OGs. They released that.
Yeah.
There wasn't really much. I saw the whole. You saw a majority of the Scorpion Sub-Zero fight at the end in the trailers, apart from that little bit that was in a weird cage bit. But there wasn't really anything that wasn't you hadn't already seen. I did like the Australian guy.
Oh,
I can't remember his name. Kano, yeah.
He got my nerves.
I liked it. I do actually like
fucking
it.
beauty.
Yeah, I did like that bit. I might, with the script,
He's not dead for anyone wondering.
I wasn't wondering.
He's not dead.
My thing with the script as well, because my first thing was the script's poorly written. And
Agreed.
I think the dialogue was poor. And I said it earlier, the saying on the nose. This was very much on the nose as well. When like, even from the games where they say like fatality and one bit it says fight, like the announcer says it, and it's just like, and the bit at the end where he says, I'm Scorpion. It's like, it's just so on the nose. It's like the Snyder Cut when he says, oh, by the way, I'm whatever that guy's name is, I can't remember.
Martian Manhunter.
Yeah. It was just that, and I don't like that in films. No. It might just be me, but I don't like
it's like
that.
pandering to a dumb audience.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
There's another bit as well with that. Who's the guy with the hat?
Kung Lao.
And he said he actually just turns to the camera and says, "Flawless victory."
Yeah.
It's like, come on.
Yeah.
I mean, it was. It was a flawless victory.
But as a fan of the film, because we're being quite negative, but the positives, you've obviously got some positives.
There's reasons to be negative here. I said it, obviously I put it out in a review, so I'm not, I just got to give a balanced, try and be review, but so I ended it with that fun will only get you so far, I think was the ending of my review, which is spot on. So what they've done here, is there's no Mortal Kombat. They've done a little Raiden teleporting them to one-on-ones and giving you that little fan service, but there's no Mortal Kombat, and this was all to set up future stuff, future sequels, which may be great, you don't know, but the storytelling has to improve a lot because people like me, I'm not the hardcore fans will stay all the way through. If there's 5 sequels, they'll stay all the way. If I come in again to a film like this and the storytelling's poor, which it was in this, but I did enjoy a lot of the action, in fairness. But if I just get that again, I'll tail off because I'm not that invested into Mortal Kombat. So they have to get that storytelling much, much better and focus it, which was another thing I put in my review, focus it around the main characters. Focus it around, because I won't go into it, but for people, there's brilliant stories there with why Scorpion and Sub-Zero hate each other. That bit in Japan was fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
It was.
Give me
it was a really, really strong start, and I think that's why they released it. That 7 minutes.
I didn't think of that. That's probably why
it was a very good
Yeah, to
stuff.
be fair,
Even
I
their
did enjoy that.
one-on-one before, because you didn't see that bit in
Yeah.
the 7 minutes released. You just saw Sub-Zero sitting there. They're one-on-one, and I loved the authenticity of fighting. That was brilliant. But
Yeah.
the storytelling was so bad that it won't get it so far. They have to. And I know what they're doing. They're teasing Shao Kahn, which is the big statue for Yukon.
Yeah.
He's the Thanos. Think of that.
Okay.
He's the big bad. And he'll basically now be pissed off that Shang Tsung didn't complete what he tried to do. So he'll come in and do it myself as well. But yeah, so I agree with you. There is negatives. We have to talk about the negatives.
Can I just throw one more negative in before we want to
do
praise
it.
anything?
Yeah.
The severe lack of what this film marketed itself on was Scorpion Sub-Zero, and there was a severe lack. Sub-Zero's in it for the majority of the film, but doing fuck all. He isn't really doing much.
Just standing beside Shang
pretty
Tsung
much,
for a lot
yeah.
of time.
And then I get the whole story. Scorpion's in hell, and he's
Another
a relative. Whatever. And then he comes back, and it's a great fight to him. That I think it would have benefited if he would have come back earlier in the film, and then he's the one on their side, and you have, because that's what they are, like the polar opposite sort of things, or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's a severe lack of both, and all the posters, all the trailers, all the teasers, everything heavily. That's what I'm saying. And that even the big poster was the two big figureheads, as they should be with Mortal Kombat. It should be right. And then the fight in the big ice palace. I don't know what it's called. I don't know. He's ice decked out a warehouse or whatever. Yeah,
that was the UFC cage.
Yeah, that
Exactly. Yeah, so it's ridiculous.
So that most of
Ice
that.
Palace.
I
Frozen.
thought it was Elsa's coming.
Let it go.
But that bit. That was all in the trailer, and there was nothing new apart from that little bit in the UFC sort of cage bit, which was a bit shit anyway, I thought.
Yeah.
So Scorpion is as a casual, very casual fan of Mortal Kombat, as in I haven't played a game in about 10, 15 years. Scorpion's a character I know as well as Sub-Zero, and just wasn't any of it.
Yeah.
The famous line, "Get over here," what everyone quotes.
Quotes
You got it right.
That famous line was said, once, well played. They may slip it in, but it just wasn't enough. Wasn't enough for me.
I don't know if this was. I don't know if this is in the games or not. I don't know. So if people fair play, if you do know this, but they went for this prophecy type thing with Cole Young, and the blood of the dagger will bring back Scorpion to revenge the deaths and stuff. Fair enough, he died, and as we said, we knew he was coming back because that's the story of Scorpion. He comes back as Scorpion to revenge. But they seem to sacrifice a main character, is regardless of being a casual fan, and I'm a casual fan, it's a fact. Those two are the iconic characters of it. So to sacrifice Scorpion for this original character, this prophecy story, didn't like it. You should have focused on them, and whether that's their goal in the future to do it, because you see Shang Tsung, they're never really dead. He pulls them all back, doesn't he? Like Goro, he brings him back, and Sub-Zero back. They're not dead, obviously. But yeah, it was so poor storytelling.
Yeah. I think just to round up what I'm saying is, because I had the comment on the Godzilla v Kong as well, where fans of that film and fans of this film will say, like your point where you say fun will get you so far, and people will counter that and will say, you don't watch these films for story, you watch these films for the action, for the fighting, for blah blah blah. But these films, if you're setting up something, that's fine, but these films have to capture audiences, even general audiences. You have to catch them in this film, and
that's where you get your money.
Exactly, and you need a story. In this day and age, you need a story. It can't be bang 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 like with Falcon and Winter Soldier. I see your point where you need a story. It feels all bang bang bang.
Oh, I know what you mean.
So you need the balance. This is the other way.
You
need that story, and it's just that argument doesn't sit with any real film fan.
No, of course
it doesn't sit. You need a story, and you need action, and you need to bring me in this first film to say, I can't wait for number 2. I can't wait for Godzilla v Kong, the Inner World, whatever it's called, and Mortal Kombat 2. But you haven't captured me, so I won't watch the next Godzilla v Kong. I won't watch the next Mortal Kombat because you've lost me already. I think that's my issue.
Because unlike, other than Star Wars, who have a mental fan base, and Marvel now, which is quite a wide fan base, there isn't any really real property that if it's that shit, the fan bases can help it make enough money. Because Mortal Kombat makes a lot of money through games and stuff. There still ain't enough of them to warrant, millions and millions of dollars to go for the next one. Or whatever. They do, like you said, God, they need the general audience.
Definitely.
It doesn't make sense. What they do.
But yeah, just some positives. I've got none. I'm joking. I just thought I personally liked the. There were aspects that I did like. So the one-on-ones and stuff. So Jack's fighting and they're doing the fatality. I loved, again, I keep saying authenticity, but just seeing I can't remember his name. Liu Kang, the fire person.
Oh yeah.
The fighting with him and Cabal, who's my favourite character, the quick one,
Yeah.
the one that's like a speedster. So
The Stormtrooper helmet.
yeah. So there's loads of moments of this like quick hand-to-hand combat and stuff, which I absolutely loved. So I've got to be honest, I did. There's some wafty moments. I hated the Cole Young versus Goro with where he channels his inner power. I can't remember the name, but it's a term.
Arcana or something.
That's it. So didn't like that at all. Didn't like not one iota. But the other stuff with Kung Lao fighting, I thought Kung Lao was brilliant when he does the classic throw in the hat to try and cut. That's very iconic. And his fatality. There was a lot of stuff in here that I did love, and I imagine the really hardcore fans adored. But I echo. So yeah, to wrap up with me, as I've said, storytelling was bad. Has to improve to capture people, as you just said, rightfully so, Con.
Yeah.
But they had enough to, I think, get another chance. I know people like you are completely understandable, will fall off, but I think there's enough in there to give them another chance. But I would imagine they will flop hard if they don't now this second.
Yeah.
I mean, we're saying it like it's definite, but I think it is. I think they'll get a sequel, but they have to now this.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's dead in the water, finished. I won't get their 4 or whatever they're signed on for.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anything?
Did you? No. I thought what might be quite a good idea for a couple of minutes is just go through some of the comments on the review.
Yeah.
In no particular order. The Cinnamon Pimp, that's his name.
Ooh.
It wasn't his comment. Cinnamon Pimp said, "This movie is horrible," all in capitals.
That's actually me.
Roberto Kazan, yeah. Doesn't have a profile picture, actually. Interesting. Another one said, "In my opinion, it was the Power Rangers of the MK universe." Sort of what my thoughts were.
Yeah.
Absolutely agree with your review. Scorpion and Sub-Zero needed more screen time. That's obvious. Film was disappointing, to be honest. I'm not going to lie. I expected better with the storyline. This movie was so bad. Not as expected, but fine. I think that's pretty much fair. It's got a good fun movie and it stayed true to the game as much as it could.
Hardcore fan.
Someone put, I hope it would be darker. I felt like this movie was shredded to pieces by Warner. Like the editing is really bad. Everyone can notice that. I liked it. Fun movie. First time back in a theatre post-COVID. So that could be helping.
Could be a factor,
Yeah, could be helping. I don't think he'll be rushing back for the next film out.
I'd ask for money back.
Someone... Actually, I won't read that one. I enjoyed this movie. Glad that they filmed it after so many years. It was very disappointing. The film was trash. It was bad. Someone gave it 5 stars. No. I know it's your opinion, but no.
That's my better account.
There's another one. Fuck you. I think that was a 5-star.
Oh, okay.
That's directly at you.
That's directly at me.
I think he added you. Someone said, good movie. I agree. I went to see it with a friend on Thursday and it wasn't bad. Certain elements felt cheesy, but overall the movie was decent. I hope the sequel ups the ante, which is what we sort of said the sequel's going to need to.
Yeah.
As much as I hate to admit it, this movie was not good. And he actually has a Mortal Kombat picture.
Oh, I bet he's right disappointed.
Yeah, poor soul.
Someone said, do you get paid to say good things about it? The film was below par.
No,
a proper argument descended into that.
I saw that. Yeah, it's a bit weird.
You review your non-biased review.
The movie is lucky it came out. Sequel is very unlikely. Well, we'll see. Someone said it was great in my opinion. I didn't like the new character and I didn't like this Arcana thing. Apparently, that doesn't seem like it's something from the game.
Apparently not. Then, it doesn't ring a bell to me.
I'm giving this Mortal Kombat movie 10 out of 10.
I can't deal.
Wait, the rest of it.
To be fair,
the rest of the comment was,
I suppose these ain't reviewing. No. They can be fans, can't they? We have to not be fans, and when we review, and we've got to say, we have to talk about pacing and storytelling and stuff we wouldn't talk about as fans. We'd go, was this cool? Yeah. So, in fairness, I suppose, let them have.
This one was quite nice for your review. Thanks for a real review, not some IGN sponsor review. You can't spell ignorant without IGN. Good.
Brilliant.
It's a good part. It's a good point.
They're huge IGN.
People don't like it.
People do not like them.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Last two movie sucked ass. And this movie should have been called Kano Story. Motherfucker had more screen time than the protagonist.
Fair point.
That's it. So some great comments.
Yeah.
Great comments, yeah.
So what's shouting out there is storytelling's a factor, and Sub-Zero and Scorpion obviously is a factor.
Which I think everyone picked up on.
But yeah, so they need to pick it up, have the same lore and the same stuff for the fans, the fatalities and stuff, but get a writer in that room and write a good story.
Yeah.
Because
Or Warner Brothers should just sell the rights to someone who can make the film. That's all you need to do.
and give us a Mortal tournament, Mortal Kombat tournament.
That's all you need to do.
Yeah.
They could have even had an announcer like at the tournament shouting fatality or finish him and stuff. That's all. Didn't say finish him. Did they say finish him?
Yeah, they did Shang Tsung.
I don't remember. You're lying. You're lying to me.
But we joked about it in the WhatsApp chat. I said that they need to get a good adjudicator on this Mortal Kombat because to stop all this cheating. But they even mentioned it at one point. I think it's Shang Tsung goes, the Elder Gods ain't going to stop me. So like literally no one who cares about this tournament then? Just use.
Yeah.
They were basically assassins in this film. They just turned up.
He calls them.
Yeah. Like that lizard. The lizard bit got me.
Yeah.
It just turned out I know we're trying to kill them all.
Yeah.
Like, that is unfair.
Get
We've
Dumbledore.
not
People
get
love
that.
that character as well.
Get Dumbledore on it.
Did
you put your name in the goblet?
But
That's what it should have been. A goblet and then they fight.
But don't get me wrong, I would be all in for if they do a sequel, and maybe they do a story about Shao Kahn, and I will personally give this another a watch. I don't think you will.
There's no point me asking this question to Connor. I wouldn't know his answer. But for you seem to like this the most out of the three of us. I know you're not saying it's great.
No,
but
I do, clearly.
If you went to the cinema and you'd spent all your money at the cinema, maybe for you and your girlfriend and whatever, and then got your popcorn or whatever, obviously that may have made it better because the experience. But would you come out of that thinking, oh, I wish I hadn't have paid to see that?
No.
You wouldn't.
I think I said it. I wasn't a joke. I actually not loved, but I was watching it as you said, Con. Like I am watching it as you shouldn't if you're going to review stuff, and you're absolutely right. You can't do that. It's a movie. It needs storytelling and stuff.
Yeah.
But if I'm watching, I class these very similar, and Craig said it before. I class I other than Fast and Furious 1, no other movie is actually a good movie. Legit. No, the story is awful.
But then, to basically I'll piggyback off of Connor's comments earlier, Fast and Furious earned that right to be this crazy, shitty $1 billion
And now it's self-aware and it knows.
And they know it's shit.
Yeah.
They know it's shit. There's no one saying they're going for an Oscar.
Yeah.
And they've earned that right. The last two films made over $1 billion. They can do what they want. They've already said the next one's
100%.
going to space. So like, it doesn't matter.
So this
but for a new one, you've
this is
got
what
to get them in.
So this is what I'm saying. You have to, even me, you've got to up the storytelling to get that right. And then if you want to do 6 or 7 because you've got that right, like Fast and Furious, do them. But yeah, I did personally really like it because I just found it really fun. But when you reflect on it, as Connor said, it's a bad movie.
Yeah.
Fact.
It is.
Yeah.
No ifs, no buts. No
coconuts. Scrappies?
Yes.
Yeah.
Bunch of scraps!
I've got a couple of scraps today. I don't think you'll have them either. So first of all, for mainly Americans, Elon Musk is hosting Saturday Night Live with Miley Cyrus as a special musical guest.
Jesus.
That's going to be a wrecking ball.
Hey.
Well, that'd be quite an interesting one because he's an odd fellow.
Very odd. Yep.
Yeah. And next one, NCIS LA, which obviously Holly's obsessed with, has been renewed for a 13th season, and a spin-off is in the works set in Hawaii, and it will follow the first female special agent in charge at NCIS Pearl Harbor, which would be interesting. I mean, I really like
Right up
Y5O.
your alley. Yeah.
Y5O is brilliant. They've done crossover episodes with NCIS LA, so that'll be good. I'll be giving that a watch.
Isn't that on about 50 series by now?
What, Hawaii 5-0?
No.
Grey's Anatomy.
Grey's Anatomy. Fantastic as well.
No, NCIS. Ain't that had like... I'm sure it's been on TV since I've been alive.
Collectively, yeah, there's loads of different ones in there.
I feel like I've seen LL Cool J on screen on Sky One since I was about 5.
Yeah. Well, it's got to have been going
And
since the 90s,
Christopher
surely.
O'Donnell, the Robin.
Robin, yeah.
Well, it's 12 series, 12 seasons.
Nah.
Yeah, it's the 13th one just been as. Did you not listen to Miss Grant? The 13th season. There's about 20, 21, 22 episodes per season.
I'm obviously not much. I enjoy him, Con. So
really
I
good.
enjoyed that scrap.
Good. That's me done.
Have you got any?
Yeah, I got 2. Do you want me to-
I'll go with mine. Right. So, to commemorate the fact that Avengers Endgame came out 2 years ago, pretty much today or a couple of days earlier for us, and obviously not 2 years ago when this actually comes out. So sometime in April it was 2 years
Oh, you've
ago.
lost me.
So it's got actually a record, a very strange record, Avengers Endgame. So it's the first film in history to hold the title of the highest grossing film that never won any awards.
That's shocking.
That is shocking.
I have the list of the others. So Avatar, and this is obviously in history, so Avatar, Jurassic Park, Jaws, and The Godfather was all the highest grossing film at one point. They all won 3 awards. E.T. again was the highest grossing in 1982, won 4 awards. The Sound of Music, 5 awards. The original Star Wars won 7 awards. Gone with the Wind won 10 awards, and Titanic won 11. So Avengers Endgame won jack shit.
Really harsh, that.
That's the Academy. They're really snobbish about superhero.
very much so.
That's the
How do
Academy
you,
doing that.
they even have a category about costumes. How do you not give that?
Yeah.
The costumes. It's madness.
They've been talking, didn't they, about whether it would happen or not, because we just said about
Its
the
own
Oscars.
category, innit?
They was talking about an own category, and if you're not going to include it, then do it.
I mean, again, that's never going to win best film.
No.
It's just that's obviously not going to. But they have categories for like choreography. They have categories for music,
CGI.
CGI,
Makeup, everything.
costume. It didn't win anything.
That's disgusting.
That's insane. But anyway, Titanic 111. Get out. We've all seen that story. We know that.
Is that your scratch?
Yeah, that's it.
Right. This isn't TV or film, so it shouldn't be in here. But Knights of the Old Republic. Getting a remake. Obviously, right up Craig Street. He showed me and Connor a few times some clips against our will, tied us up and showed us. But no, it does look incredible, and some of the Star Wars games coming out in a minute. That Fallen Order was brilliant, so I'm well up for this.
As a big fan, I've never even played them, which is mad.
Oh, really?
I've never played them.
Oh,
I've watched the videos.
Yeah, well, we know.
They're on repeat downstairs, still on now.
Oh, it looks fantastic. So you bring a PS5 generic.
You can get them on iPhone. That's how old they are.
Jesus.
Like literally off the App Store, you can get Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2. You can play them.
Oh,
I looked at the price tag and thought, I'm not going to. They're 15 quid each.
it's worth that.
No, thank you. And then lastly, Batista's. I thought it was a joke at first. He said originally he wanted to, before Tom Hardy got the gig, he wanted to play Bane in Dark Knight Rises. And now he's basically coming out and saying, look, I still really want to play this role. And obviously he looks great. But there was some fan art, Bright something. We've credited the artist on our socials, but at the Weekly Cut. And
At Weekly Cut.
At Weekly Cut.
Haven't get Ching.
No Ching, just Ching actually. But yeah, it looks well cool. You saw it, right? It looks really cool, and you could imagine him as. I would like to see that. That style of Bane.
He said he even posted a photo outside one of our shows, and he said he wasn't bantering about it. Basically, he was actually there.
No, because everyone was running with it.
Yeah.
He literally was trying his hardest to get this role.
I think he would have been better.
No. I
I have a real problem
you
with
do.
Tom Hardy as he's just too small.
thought he was fantastic.
I liked it.
Not wide, width wise.
Yeah.
He's just too small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bane should be this like Hulk like creature.
Yeah. Do you know he cried?
Anyway.
He got a lot of like fan hate when saying he's too small and stuff. But which I agree with that height wise. But people were saying he wasn't big enough. He was a tank.
No,
Massive.
he's absolutely huge.
And this was Christopher Nolan not doing the injectable green super soldier
It's a
system.
more realistic.
Yeah, so it's more realistic. But he admitted he cried after seeing loads of stuff. Like, poor sod. But yeah, I would love to see.
Yeah, I'll be crying in a mansion with $1 million.
I'd
Genuinely, if I was ever an actor and someone criticised me, I'd go,
yeah, I would.
middle finger straight up to him.
I've got people to run my accounts. I ain't even looking. But yeah, if you was to get just a normal geezer and then you pump that shit into him and he turns into Batista, I'd be all for that. So, but and that wraps me up scrap wise.
Well, do you want to close us up?
I can close
I
it up.
I would play you out with the Oscars music, but copyright reasons I can't.
Yeah, I'd have to be really quick with it and rush out. But yeah, so obviously, again, as we always say, thanks for listening. We mentioned it earlier, but just again, next week, good episode. Connor clearly has got a semi for Invincible at the minute. We've got a roundup of that, and we're assuming that's going to be a very good finale. So we're going to do a breakdown of that. And we've got Without Remorse, which is quite anticipated for the new Amazon Prime, Michael B. Jordan starred film. And obviously our news as always. But yeah, thank you for listening. Please like, subscribe, YouTube, Twitter, Insta, me, you.
Dinner.
And yeah, just please come back. We love it.
Yeah. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, cheers.
Yes.
Thank you.